Good afternoon from RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., where today the Philadelphia Eagles go against the Washington Redskins. Hello, everyone. I'm Don Crickey. This is Sonny Jurgensen. It is a beautiful day in Washington. Temperatures in the mid-60s, clear, sunny skies. But there are some problems with the Redskins right now, primarily injuries. It's been since 1970 that they've been a 500 team at this point in the season. 6 games in. They need a win today badly.
You said it when you talked about injuries. Chris Hanberger, the defensive signal caller, is out. Pat Fisher's had another back operation. He's out. A lot of the strength of their defense has been taken out when they lose those two people. John Riggins, of course, the fullback, the number 1 fullback, is out for the year. And, of course, Mike Thomas missed the entire preseason. No training camp. He's been coming along slowly. The offense of the Redskins has been struggling. Defensively, Don, they've played well, though. They've played well enough to win.
Well, they're one of the best teams in football still defending the run. The Eagles have an injured quarterback, has a broken right thumb, does Ron Jaworski, but he's throwing the ball very well. He's a tough kid, and that's about the only problem they have is his thumb. They're a good ball club, have been only about a play away from winning a lot of games. Last week the Cowboys had to come from behind in the fourth quarter to beat the Eagles at Philadelphia. And there is George Allen, his troops rallying together. Allen says we need no speeches today. His guys know what's on the line right now. Should they lose today, it would, of course, be 3-4, and that'd be the first time in almost 10 years that the Redskins would be under 500 to the halfway point. The Eagles are 2-4, but they've been so close so often. They are a hard-hitting team, very spirited team. They lost last week, as every Eagle fan knows, in the fourth quarter to the Cowboys. A blocked punt was a big play in that game. As you see, Jerry Markbright, our referee for today's game, and his team of officials. The Redskins will definitely start Joe Theismann. He was introduced as the starting quarterback.
That is a big change, of course, for the Redskins today. They haven't had but 2 offensive touchdowns in the last 3 games. They've had very little offense this year. Very inconsistent offense, and I think with the mobile Joe Theismann, a little more running around, a little more quickness, that they're hoping that Joe can generate some offense. Joe Theismann alone isn't going to be able to generate this offense. It's going to take the entire offensive team's effort.
Well, the Redskins, Sonny, as you know, have only scored 8 touchdowns in their 6 games this season. They are number 1 in the NFL in defending the run as far as average carry of their opponents, 3.2, but that's all they've gained. Their running game has been almost negligible this year.
I think we're going to see a hard-hitting football game.
Well, Mark Mosley has the ball teed up, ready to kick it off. Back deep now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Harry Marshall is back. And the ball is coming to Marshall at the 9-yard line. He's across the 20, the 30, and Marshall is knocked out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
We have a player down.
It's like Pete Wysocki coming down on special teams. A 28-yard return. As you see the Eagles backfield, Jaworski the quarterback, Sullivan and Hogan open as running backs. Big Harold Carmichael, 1 wide receiver. Charles Smith is the other. Keith Kreftley, the tight end, averaging over 21 yards a catch, 13 catches. He can go deep for the Eagles. Good offensive line. Stan Walters has played excellent football, left tackle. Sizemore, very outstanding guard.
It was Wysocki. It's like it's a knee, too. Well, this is something that has plagued the Redskins in every game. The number of people coming off that field with a lot of help.
So Pete Wysocki injured on the opening play of the game as the Eagles go on offense. 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Wait, 16 slant!
Jaworski, a double reverse. Here comes Charlie Smith. He gets a block from Wade Key, and Charlie Smith rips ahead, fumbles the football. Great football. Who's got it? The Redskins have it.
Big play. Charlie Smith carrying that ball very loosely then. Take a look at the way Charlie Smith, coming from the bottom of your screen, coming around after the handoff from Sullivan, goes back the other way. But look how he's carrying that thing out in one hand. He gets in a crowd there. Very careless with the football. And the Redskins come up with a big play to start with.
Looked like Ron McDowell might have stripped the ball from Sonny. So now it is 1st and 10 for the Skins. They're at the 44-yard line of Philadelphia. Opening quarter, there's no score. Mike Thomas looks to turn upfield and does. He gets some good blocks. Going in the 7 hole. Mike Thomas gets out inside the 40 and down to the 39-yard line.
Good piece of running then, and going back to the strength of the offense, you see the starting receivers there, Buggs, Grant, and Fugit. They're going to have big days filling in for people. The offensive line of Washington: Stokes, Saul, Hoss, Hermeling, and Stark.
There's Joe Theismann now in his 4th year with the Redskins after playing in Canada. He's a very mobile quarterback. They've had 14 sacks against the Redskins in the last 2 games, so they need mobility at quarterback. And here comes Clarence Harmon. Running hard. He's got a first down to the 30. He's driven back by the right cornerback, Herman Edwards, but the Redskins, after getting a turnover at the outset of the game, move on with a 9-yard run.
Good call here, the draw play, expecting a pass. He had him in a good situation. Harmon finds some running room to the outside, picks it up, picks up the first down. Herman Edwards comes in. Oh, this is where you get hurt. Think of falling that far on your back, Don.
The Eagles will hit. Right now, the Redskins are moving the ball after getting that turnover. There's no score in the first quarter. Theismann on a quick timing pattern, pumps it in the flat, going to Fugit, or to Danny Buggs coming off the right flank. John Outlaw was covering. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the Eagle 31-yard line.
Good throw by Theismann then, right on the money. He had it on the money, but you got to stay outside of those linebackers. Good coverage on Johnny Outlaw's part then. You see the secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles: Outlaw, Edwards at the corners, and Logan and Sanders at the safety positions.
I think we'll see Theismann throwing a lot of quick timing patterns like that. The Eagles can sack you. They have 19 sacks in the first 6 games. That's as many as they had last season. They sacked Dallas quarterback 6 times last week. Here comes Mike Thomas, fighting for some yards. He gets inside the 30 as Herman Edwards and Randy Logan, the strong safety, came across to hit him.
That was the same play they had success with opening up the game, going back to Gene Fugit's side, the strong side of the formation, and he bounced outside, didn't have the success this time.
The Eagles, of course, play the 3-4 Manny Sistrunk, an ex-Redskins at one end. Carl Hairston, a very active player, very aggressive at the other. And Charlie Johnson, a 7th-round draft choice from Colorado, is the nose tackle. He's been tough, 65. Berge, of course, is the best defensive player, the big linebacker, 66. 3rd down and 7. Right down the middle, Theismann drills it on the numbers, and Frank Grant goes up high and gets it at the 15-yard line. LeMaster knocked him down, but the Redskins have a first down.
Very accurate throw by Theismann, right between the 2 linebackers to Frank Grant. You see the people around the football there. Berge right there to make the hit. Good catch by Grant. Accurately thrown ball by Joe Theismann.
If you joined us late, the Eagles took the opening kickoff back 28 yards, and then on their first play from scrimmage on a double reverse, Charlie Smith was stripped of the ball. The Redskins recovered at the 44-yard line of Philadelphia. Now they're driving. There's no score, but it's 1st and 10 Washington as they're mounting a challenge now at the 15. Theismann gets time into the end zone. It is touchdown. The tight end, Gene Fugit, caught the ball. And Washington comes out smoking and puts the first points up.
Good throw here by Joe. Same pattern he called before. He just changed it up a little bit and came back to the weak side this time on a post pattern to Gene Fugit. Good throw right up where he could handle the ball, and they get a touchdown. This is something they haven't had in a long time. Let's take a look at it again. This time he actually runs Frank Grant out to the corner there to open that middle up. Ball had to be accurately thrown, and Joe stuck it right in there.
So the Redskins go very quickly, 43 yards in 6 plays. The extra point is drilled up and good by Mosley. And so, after controlling the ball for 2:41, the Washington Redskins, who need a victory so very badly, go out in front 7-0.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont. A new car designed for today and the years ahead. Fairmont's mileage ratings are the same as a little VW Rabbit when both are equipped with automatic transmission. And this Fairmont, as shown, is actually sticker price less than this Rabbit. Yet Fairmont has 90% of the head, leg, and shoulder room of most large cars. Fairmont, roomy but with mileage like a small car, and the lowest sticker price in its class. Test drive Fairmont, the newest, better idea from Ford.
The Quintrix 2-color picture tube from Panasonic brings you a very lifelike picture. Because Quintrix 2 is our inline picture tube with an extra pre-focus lens that concentrates and focuses the electron beam to bring you Panasonic's sharpest picture ever. So lifelike, you may even feel you're part of the picture. Quintrix 2. One more reason Panasonic is just slightly ahead of our time.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Washington Redskins and the National Football League is prohibited. The Redskins lead 7-0 on a Theismann to Fugit touchdown pass. Mosley's kickoff is high. Wilbert Montgomery takes it at the 10. And the Redskins, who have had excellent special teams play throughout the first 6 games, get it again. They shut down the ball carrier at the 20. A 12-yard return to the kickoff as Ron McDowell, Brundage, Talbert, and Johnson align in the defensive front 4 of the Washington Redskins.
Good start for the Redskins, Don, taking advantage of that fumble and putting some points on the board.
There's Mike Curtis, the former Baltimore Colt, came in from Seattle at the outside linebacker, replacing Hamburger. Gerard Williams at the left corner has been victimized a few times, replacing injured Pat Fisher. The other cornerback, Lavender. 2 good safeties, Jake Scott and Ken Houston, all pro quality. Jake Scott was questionable as whether or not he'd play, but apparently he's all right.
Yes, he's got a bad groin, Paul, and I'm sure that he's been taking some shots throughout the week, and he took some today to be out there and play, but that type of player that he is, he wants to be on the football field, and a lot of them out there the same way on that Redskin defense. See what Ron Jaworski can do now after trailing 7-0 here early going.
Second down and 10 as there was no gain on the first carry. Tom Sullivan looking to go wide, and the Redskins shut it down for no gain. Washington, year after year, is probably as tough a team as there is in the NFL to run wide on.
Tough to run against. They play the run well. They slide well defensively. Their linebackers get into the flow of stuff. Even the whole defense moved well then laterally.
Right side of the defensive line, Dennis Johnson, 61 on the stop, along with Mike Curtis. It's 3rd down and 9 now.
Gonna have to put it up.
Eagle quarterbacks have been sacked 15 times in the first 6 games. Jaworski gets some time, but everybody's covered. Now he gets it away. A man is open. Carmichael catches the ball for a first down, and penalty markers go down. Carmichael made a guts reception. He went up in the air and got waffled by 2 defensive backs, but held on.
He was trying to go to the screen. Watch number 79 here. Ron McDowell starts in. No, it's Brundage that comes out to play it, who finally gets clipped. He couldn't go to the screen, goes back to the other side. We're going to have a flag on the play, but Carmichael, that's what that great height will do for you. He threw it up in the air, and he went up and got it.
But he did all that and took that hard hit for naught. We have offensive pass interference and a legal man downfield against the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's what happened on it. He was trying to go to the screen. I thought it was McDowell, but Brundage came back out and read the screen because his lineman released a little quickly, and he picked up the screen, and Jaworski had no one to go to.
Offensive pass interference, number 84, declined.
Caught correctly on it,
Ineligible receiver downfield on the pass, number 50, offense. 3rd down.
Guy Morris, the center, left a little early, so the Eagles had problems on that one aplenty.
It's hard to blame him because he's going down for the screen. He's going down to block. He didn't realize that Jaworski was going to come off the pattern.
3rd and 20. This is where the Redskins are tough to move against. Defensive backs go way back now. Pitch back goes to Sullivan. And he doesn't get much at all. Curtis, number 32, now in his 12th year from Duke, who's played very fine football for Washington, replacing Chris Hamburger, made the stop.
Tremendous acquisition getting Mike Curtis, because at that time you didn't realize, no one knew that Chris Hamburger would be out, be injured, have an injured knee, and for Curtis to come in here and step right in and do the job he's done. Washington's going to come up again with good field position.
That's right, they're under pressure again, the Eagles are, as their punter Spike Jones is back in his end zone. He'll hit the ball inside the 5 if he can. They hold up the rush, one man coming, but Spike Jones shanks the ball. It is down to the 29-yard line.
16-yard punt.
So the Eagles get off to a very poor start as the Redskins, leading 7-0, have the football back in excellent field position at the 29-yard line of Philadelphia.
Come on, Harry, come on. We're getting our picture taken.
Special moments. Times of your life you'll want to remember. In pictures.
Smile, Harry. Smile.
To help make those pictures look as good as they can, make sure Kodak paper is behind them. If you don't see these words, it isn't Kodak paper. Just look for this sign when you get your pictures. Kodak paper, for a good look at the times of your life.
See, wasn't that fun?
Will the insurance fix our chimney?
Sure, after we plow through the paperwork.
It's different with Allstate.
What's different?
We have the world's largest team of claims specialists.
Don't worry about a thing.
They settle most claims like this without estimates.
No problem.
Allstate specialists are interested in you, not paperwork.
I'll call the contractor today.
Oh.
That was easy.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the Good Hands people.
Here's Spike Jones. Sonny, this wasn't one of his best.
Averaging 38.2, a 16-yarder certainly won't do anything to help it. You can tell how disgusted he is right there.
Hit it off the side of his foot, only 16 yards. So now the Redskins get another excellent field position on their second possession. 29-yard line. Theismann pitching to Thomas. Eagles shut that down for a loss of about 4 yards on the play.
Good lateral movement by that Eagle defense end.
Lemaster came across. One of the 4 Eagle linebackers hit him. The other linebackers are Mihalik, 54, Berge, 66.
Miami 3, San Diego nothing in the first. Yepremian hit a 31-yard field goal.
Second down and 14 for the Redskins as they come out of the huddle with Danny Lightning Buggs out to the left. Frank Grant is wide to the right. 7-0 Redskins. First quarter, Theismann guns it downfield, and Buggs makes the reception at the 15-yard line.
What a catch. Good catch, good throw again. Good timing on this play. Little play action. He fakes to Harmon coming off the left side there. Goes back, sets well. This is the thing Joe does. Because of his quickness, he got set real quickly, threw the ball, a low throw. This is the type of thing the Redskins haven't been doing, is making that difficult catch. Buggs did it then.
Buggs was a high draft choice of the New York Giants out of West Virginia. He had 4.4 speed in the 40, but somebody said he had 6-second hands. He never caught a ball there in 2 years. They cut him, and he's starting now for the Redskins. You saw his hands there. Big play. Here's Theismann, who can run with the ball. Stops and throws. Ooh, a man was open in the end zone. Buggs was open.
He had Frank Grant open too, Don. He had him open right in the slot there. That's a little sprint out. Pattern's just a stop pattern by Frank Grant. He found the open spot. Possibly Joe was hidden from him and couldn't find him.
So the ball at the 15-yard line of Philadelphia. It'll be second down and 10 now for Washington. Redskins leading the game 7-0. We have 8:20 to play in the first quarter. Joe Theismann getting his first start of the season.
Nice way to start too, out of your own territory.
Redskins looking very crisp here early in the game. Their offensive blocking has not been good this season. And here is Thomas rocketing. He takes it down inside the 10. They're really coming off ball.
Good blocking. The line did come off the ball then. Watch your movement up front. Good block by Len Hoss there. Saul and Stokes on the left side, and also Fugit opened up a good hole in there for him to get through.
Ron Saul, the left guard, took Berge off the play.
Well, Berge's back off the line, but the big job has to be done by the center there with that nose guard on him.
Yeah, that's the matchup. That's the key to stopping the Eagle defense.
That Charlie Johnson's a big man.
Theismann throws. He's got Mike Thomas.
I think he's got enough for the first down.
He does. The first down and goal.
A little sprint out again. This is the mobility we talked about at the beginning, Don. Just a little run. Joe likes to do this, and you see what it does. It gives him time to throw, and it's enough for the first down. On the 4-yard line, Outlaw has to make the play.
Now we see your old friend Jerry Smith coming in.
It's nice to see Jerry back with the Skins, and believe me, he's dangerous down in this territory. He knows what it is to catch in that end zone.
Put a few in his hands. 13th year for Jerry Smith. problem now, and they really waffle him back at the 16-yard line. The Eagles shoot their linebackers on just about every play, at least one. That time they had Bunning coming.
Well, here's a case of trying to do a little too much. You got 1st and 4 on the 4-yard line going in. You'd think that Redskins would like to run one there. I'm sure they'd talked about this during the week, but you see what happens when you try to do it a little too much. 1st and 4. Now they got to go 15 yards for the touchdown.
That was Drew Mihalik, his 3rd year out of Notre Dame, making the hit coming on the blitz. So now it is 2nd and goal from the 15. Good play fake. Theismann looks. Fugit, 2nd touchdown of the first quarter.
Same pattern they ran to the other side. The exact same pattern. They went to the slot formation. They just throw Frank Grant to go to the corner, and a post pattern by Fugit. Once from one side, once from the other, and you see the hole. And again, an excellent throw by Joe Theismann for the touchdown.
So Gene Fugit, who came into the game.
Take a look at this right here. Over the linebackers, they had pretty close coverage here. Fugit's a big target. Ran a good pattern, good throw.
He's caught 2 today, both for 6 points. And Mosley hits the extra point again. So the Redskins, starting with excellent field position on both their possessions, convert both those into touchdowns from Theismann to Fugit.
We're the Van Arsdales, Tom and Dick. We're identical twins, and we drink identical beers. Light beer from Miller. We love it. The best thing about light beer is it's less filling. Great taste. Less filling. It's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. Great taste, Tom. Less filling. And I'm not Tom. You are. I'm Dick. You think you are, but you never were.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
To make it in this business, you got to stay one step ahead of everybody else. So I've got something nobody else has. Sunoco's penny pinching pump. It could save you money on quality gas, like my 190, the gas that's made to sell below my regular. And most cars that run on regular can use it. Hey, if I don't want you to pass me by, I got to give you a price you can't pass up. Sunoco's penny pinching pump can fill up your tank for less. That's my way of being very friendly.
Sunday, the fun starts at the grand opening of Archie's Tavern as the help walks out and the family fills in for a bubbling highball of hilarity. Sunday at 9, 8th Central and Mountain.
So Mark Mosley's going to kick it off yet again. That's all he's been doing here, as the Redskins are really smoking in the first quarter, have a 14-0 lead. Here's a penalty marker down. Some heavy hitting on that front line. Here comes Larry Marshall. All the way out to the 36 or 7-yard line. Marshall doesn't have outstanding speed. He doesn't like to juke you. He just puts his head down and goes. 32-yard return.
Yes, but they have a penalty because I don't see how.
Offside, Skins.
One of the defense Eagles left early. He just forgot all about that. He can't cross that 50 or the 45. Yeah, that's right, the 45. He can't cross that, and he just started before the ball even came.
Looked like Dennis Franks, 53.
Number 53 of the receiving team, re-kick.
He just started running toward picking out a man. I think he was going after Dallas Hickman, and the #1 special teamer for the Redskins. He gets down so quickly. You watch number 82 go down on that kickoff.
So with the wind picking up a little bit, could become a factor. There's a first period score. Cleveland leading the Chiefs 7-0.
7-0, and the Jets are leading New England on a Pat Leahy field goal, 36-yarder.
Leahy missed a couple of short ones last week against the Raiders. The Jets would have beat the Raiders.
Richard Todd certainly looked good last week, didn't he?
Threw for 396 and 4 TDs.
That's not a bad afternoon.
Here comes Mosley into the ball again. Marshall is going to let it hop.
And the first guy down there right now, he took out 3 people, was Dallas Hickman. He stripped the interference out. He allowed Joe Harris to come in and make that tackle.
So So the Eagles, who have certainly had their problems at the outset of this game, falling behind 14-0 after a fumble on their first play from scrimmage gave the Redskins field position, and later a 16-yard punt gave the Redskins even better position, and then the Skins gunning the ball up, Theismann throwing to Fugit twice in the end zone for touchdowns, and Washington has a 14-0 lead. Jaworski, and again, there's very little for the Eagle running backs as they try to bang it straight ahead of those big Washington linemen.
The Eagles have put themselves in a hole here with a bad punt and a fumble. They're down 14-0. Their offense hasn't had the ball at all.
Harold McClinton, the middle linebacker, was in the last stop. 53.
God.
Second down and a long 5 coming up now for the Eagles. Right back to the run. This time Herb Lusk, who comes into the game, runs hard and gets close to a first down. See where they spot the ball. He had to get it out to about the 31. McClinton again filled and made the hit. He got the first down.
That's the initial first down here with 6:07 left in the first quarter.
They're running behind Stan Walters and Wade Key. Walters is really one of the most underrated tackles in the league, his coaches say. The left tackle, 75, now in a 6-year out of Syracuse. He had Harvey Martin over him last week from Dallas, and Martin never got a sack or really got that close to a sack. On 1st and 10, Hogan carries the football and turns the corner.
Good piece of blocking over there by Carmichael on Joe Lavender. Let's take a look at this. The Eagles seem to want to run to that left side, and it's a pretty smart thing to do to stay away from Ron McDowell. You see Carmichael in there coming in. Good piece of running. Mike Hogan takes it up very close to about 8-yard gain then.
The Eagles, with that fumble earlier today, have now fumbled 12 times, fumbled the ball away 12 times this season. That's the most of any team in the NFC.
A little careless.
They covered 5 fumbles and had 5 interceptions, so they're way below on turnovers, that takeaway ratio. This time they run the ball right up the middle again. That time it was James Betterson, a big back out of North Carolina, getting the call as Dick Vermeil now starts to send in some backup troops. And it's another first down for the Eagles as they start to steady their offense and get that blocking.
They have yet to put it up in the air, too. The only pass that he threw, there was a penalty on it, so he's not charged with a pass, so they're keeping the thing right on the ground. Boy, good shot of that Morris's hands there on that football.
Timing pattern, and Jaworski throws it away. Smith was turning out, and the coverage was right there. They expect, the Redskins do, that the Eagles will try to burn him deep against Gerard Williams, who's had his problems.
Well, it has nothing to do with his ability. It's just that when you have to make a choice of that secondary, you're going to have to go after Williams, and they do give him some help. Cleveland's leading Kansas City 7-0. Sipe to Gary Paris in the first quarter, 7-yard pass.
2nd and 10 now for the Philadelphia Eagles at their 44-yard line. Washington leads 14-0 in the first quarter. Little mix-up there. Works out, though, as Betterson breaks free. Ooh, he had more room to go, but lost his footing. Still got a first down.
He may have scored then.
Yeah.
If he could have kept his, looks like he hurt his hand. Tell you something, look at this. Dusick comes in on the blitz and looks like he's going to be thrown for a big loss here. Good piece of running by Betterson then to cut back in. And you see, as he cuts back and avoids a couple of blocks here, if he keeps his feet right here, he's running free. Uh-oh, it's tough when you start getting up. People start piling on.
This is a natural grass field in excellent condition. Now the Eagles are moving the ball with the run. They have their 3rd consecutive first down in this drive. Give it right back to Betterson. He's got both arms on the ball as those Redskins pop it with their helmet. They like to strip that football. Did it once today. Curtis finally knocked him down, but there was another good gain.
Talbert missed him in the backfield, and he came through. Another good piece of running by Betterson, though, avoiding the tackle for the loss, and he picks up about 4.5 to 5 yards.
2nd and 5. We have 3:45 to play in the first quarter here at RFK Stadium in Washington. Don Criqui with Sonny Jurgensen, and the Redskins are in the lead 14-0.
It's nice to have you in Washington, Don.
To be here, we got the good day going.
Yes, we do.
Second back throw is Herb Lusk, the praying tailback. Ran 170 yards for a touchdown against the Giants. He's the son of a Baptist preacher, Baptist minister. After every touchdown, he kneels in prayer. Now, the 9th play is coming up for the Eagles in this drive. They have a 3rd and short yardage, 3rd and 2. Lusk is from Long Beach State.
3rd and 2, tough situation. The first real tough situation for the Eagle offense. You can kind of get an idea of how they feel about their running game or what they feel they're going to have to do against short yardage against a tough Redskin defense.
Eagle line blocking much better now as the game wears on. Here comes James Betterson on 3rd and 2. He gets 3 and gets the first down.
And a good block by Herb Lusk then on Brad Dusick.
Dyron Talbert finally knocked him down.
Look at this block. Number 32 coming out of the lower part of your screen there on Dusick. And that's what affords Betterson the opportunity to make the first down as he cuts back in and just makes the first down.
Betterson was a free agent out of North Carolina, originally an 8th round draft choice for the Denver Broncos, but was cut by that team. They got him as a free agent. Here is Lusk breaking tackles, and Herb Lusk just fighting his way, gets inside the 20.
And we're going to have a flag down
at the line of scrimmage.
See what it's going to be.
Good piece of running by Lusk.
Let's see what this call is going to be. You see
offside,
the play here.
Number 32, defense, decline, first down.
Good running here. Little cross action in the backfield. Lusk, good leg action pumping there to get down, and they call Mike Curtis for being offside, so the play will stand, and it's a first down on about the 16-yard line.
Lusk comes into the game with the best per carry average on the Philadelphia Eagle roster. Averaging 6 yards a carry, better than that now. He hasn't had the ball that much after that game. The Eagles start to mount a challenge. Here is Betterson, and he's not done yet, and Betterson's going to go in for a touchdown. And the Eagles are back in the football game as James Betterson goes 17 yards and picks his way through the secondary of the Redskins.
Boy, this Betterson has really looked good. You see the cross blocking up the middle. Key and Walters come in to make those blocks there, and then just a fine piece of running by James Betterson. Big man, it's 6'2", 210, and he gets it in for the touchdown. Very impressed with that drive by the Eagles, trailing 14-0 here very early after giving the ball up to come back and keep that thing on the ground and move it upfield.
Didn't lose their composure. They went right with their game plan. They apparently feel they can run on the Redskins. Certainly in that drive they did. And now we'll have the point after attempt. Horst Muhlman drills it through with Roman Gabriel holding. And so now we have 2 minutes and a second left to play in the first quarter here at RFK Stadium in Washington. And as you see, the Redskins lead has been cut to 7.
Who is the #1 investment firm in the East? Who is the #1 investment firm in the Midwest? Who is the #1 investment firm in the South? Who is the #1 investment firm in the West? You know who. Merrill Lynch. All around America, more investors turn to Merrill Lynch than any other investment firm. Sure, there are lots of investment firms, but there's only one Merrill Lynch.
Take me away, lover. I'm yours.
I don't go with Mary Women.
What are you doing? You're not Granada.
Granada, this is my Mercedes.
Hold tight. Tin cans to my Cadillac.
Cadillac, that's the Granada. Alone at last, beloved.
Beloved?
Where's my bride?
You got that Mercedes with another man.
Another man?
The new Ford Granada. One way to tell it from Cadillac or Mercedes is its sticker price. When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
The Philadelphia Eagles just ran the ball right at the Redskins 10 times and went 79 yards, using up over 5 minutes in time. And one passer was incomplete in the drive, 10 running plays. The final one, Betterson's 17-yard run, and it's a 14-7 game, Washington. Muhlman hits it deep. And here comes Eddie Brown. Brown breaks it open, makes things happen, and he's out across the 40 and the 45, and finally knocked it around to the 47-yard line. Eddie Brown from Tennessee. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Logan's Run here on CBS. At 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central and Mountain. Everyone knows that science can split the atom, but tomorrow Jessica falls into the clutches of a society that can split human beings into two creatures, one good, the other evil. Which one triumphs? That's tomorrow night on Logan's Run here on CBS. Now Theismann, who's put up 2 touchdowns, throwing, goes for the bound. After the ball is Buggs, and the coverage is afforded nicely by Herman Edwards, a rookie from San Diego State.
Cleveland's gone up 10-0 now, Don, over Kansas City. 29-yard field goal by Don Cockroft. New England and the Jets are now tied up 3 apiece in the first quarter.
I think you were suspecting, Sonny, that Theismann might put it deep.
I think it's good. He's throwing the ball so accurately, and I think it's good to put the thing up long just to show him that you have that threat. Good call. He's gone to the air quite a bit on first down also now. 5 throws to 2 runs.
Theismann guns it. Oh, great. No, he caught it out of bounds. Buggs came across, but was not in bounds when he came down with the ball. Herman Edwards covering.
Again, Joe has a rhythm now throwing the ball. You see him just a little roll again, getting himself set. Makes a good throw. And this is a type of catch, but only 1 foot down. You saw it plainly.
And now Calvin Hill comes into the Washington Redskin backfield, replacing Mike Thomas. The Redskins have the ball at their 46-yard line. 3rd down and 10 coming up for them. They lead the game 14-7 in the first quarter. Late in it. We have 1:40 to play in the first quarter. See the 3rd down conversion. Theismann's been gunning the ball for Washington, throwing very hard and accurately in his first start.
And he escaped the rush.
He's got room to run now, but he's going to put it up. A wobbler. That's a... Herman Edwards gives Calvin Hill a wrap just as the ball comes in. Calvin Hill can really get up. He's a very excellent jumper, and Herman Edwards bombed him just as he started to go up.
This is an excellent play. Watch Calvin stop here.
Watch Herman.
And Edwards both. You see Calvin positioning himself, trying to catch it. That was a good play on both people's part then. Both players made good plays then, trying to get the interception, knock it away, and also trying to receive the ball.
So this is Washington's 3rd possession of the first quarter and their first punt. Scored touchdowns their first 2 possessions, and now we have Mike Bragg, who leads the NFL in net yardage punting, 36.1. That's after you subtract the return yardage. Free football. Redskins might have it. Eagles get it. The Eagles got it back. A Redskin had his hands on it and lost it, and so the Eagles got it back and very nearly fumbled away.
Well, that thing's a hot potato, isn't it? Watch this. He starts back up, and just as soon as he cuts back, that ball is free. Somebody drug it through their legs, and then you see it over there. Oh, the thing is hot.
Eric Johnson was the guy who got the ball, number 49.
Boy, they were lucky to come up with that one. It'd been another big break for the Redskins.
Now the Eagles have a long way to go again. They went 79 yards running the ball very successfully at the Washington Redskins inside their last possession to get their touchdown. Jaworski goes right up the middle again, but the Redskins are looking for it. Middle of that defense throws it back. Brad Dusick, 59, was on the stop, hitting Betterson. He has scored the only touchdown of the game for Philadelphia. Betterson on a 17-yard run. And we're now down inside 1 minute to play in the first quarter.
Redskins field. You see that score: Cincinnati 7, Houston 0. Redskins like people that have to run at them, and they like them in this position because they feel they play the run well. That Cincinnati score came on a block punt.
Looking down and long now for the Eagles. On their 16. Jaworski pump fake, and he's got the gun armed, and here is Charlie Smith going for the ball, and is intercepted by Gerard Williams. Gerard Williams is the man who intercepts for Washington at the 45-yard line of the Redskins.
Just not enough hose right here. Jaworski wants him to go deep, has to reload. Doesn't quite get it out there far enough. You see Smith right there. Didn't have enough hose. Again, Washington, excellent field position. Their own 45, and this is the farthest they've started back. No score in the Minnesota-Atlanta game in the second period.
Here comes Mike Thomas. Weaving his way, he gets out to midfield. Mike Thomas gets close to 5 yards, cutting back. Annie Sistrunk, the former Washington Redskin, was on the stop, the left end, 79. So the Redskins now have 2 turnovers to their advantage. Fumble recovery, that was on the Eagles' first play from scrimmage, you'll recall, when Charlie Smith tried a double reverse and lost the ball. And then on the long interception by Gerard Williams, and that is the gun. So the first quarter comes to an end here at RFK Stadium in Washington. We have 21 points up. The Redskins in the lead.
I'm gonna keep on doing that till I get it right. Yeah, I work hard and I play hard, and I use new STP gas treatment. You just pump it in your tank and it goes to work cleaning your carburetor. I take good care of my wheels on account of I'm cheap. I bet you are too. Try it.
This is one of the program cartridges you snap into new Telstar Arcade, the 3-way microprocessor console. Start with this roaring road race. Gun the throttle. Faster. A crash. Score. Next, turn to tennis for more video action. A new challenge. Quick draw with electronic pistol for target shooting.
Got him.
All games in full color. Other cartridges available with different programs. So hitch your TV to a Telstar. Telstar Arcade by Coleco.
Stop off at our Goodrich dealer, Stanley. We must have the radial tires rotated.
Have them what? Rotated, sir. Put the front ones in the back and the back ones in the front. Move them, sir, so they'll wear more evenly.
The Goodrich dealer says they'll last longer.
How ingenious. No wonder those clever Goodrich people made that marvelous blimp.
Stanley, do you ever wonder why you're up there and he's back here?
Tires you can trust. B.F. Goodrich. The other guys.
That's how it broke down in the first quarter. The Eagles had the ball substantially more than the Redskins, but Washington on those good possessions. 14 points up. They lead 14-7 now have the ball as we open the second quarter. On the run, they go to Mike Thomas, and he is ahead for a first down and much more as he breaks into the the Eagle side of the field. He's down to the 40.
Good blocking in the center of the line again by Hoss and Saul.
John
and
Sanders
Terry Hermele.
down.
You look at the stats of that first quarter. Philadelphia has no yards passing, no passing yardage so far. 92 on the ground. They're actually leading the Redskins in total yardage.
But the Redskins with a 7-point advantage now early in the second quarter. And here is Theismann with 2 men going deep. He guns it down. Thomas had his hands on the ball. The 35.
I think the ball got tipped too.
Yeah, Big Berge was coming hard up the middle.
Carl Hairston, I think, got his hands on it.
That's why the quarterback thinking, doesn't it, when Berge's
well, when you
smoking.
see Berge coming in, yes, you see right here on the blitz, but the ball goes to the other side, but you see the man jumping just his feet there. But what happens when you drop back in the pocket? And that's one reason Theismann likes to roll right and left.
What's the basic thinking, Sonny, on the Redskins throwing so much on first down?
I just think they feel it's very difficult to run against this 34 defense.
Eagles left early. We'll see if they were drawn offside.
Did you see?
Everybody left.
You want to see an acting job? Look at Lynn Hoss fall down there. He looked like he was killed. Just completely disappeared. Watch your center, 56. You see he gets touched, just touched. Now watch the acting job here. Watch his center. He'll fall out. The man just got his hand on
73,
him. He throws on his back, lays down, foot up in the air. Are you kidding?
The flag. Cruising in.
Yeah, safe.
So the Skins get 5 yards gratuitously. Second down and 5. Handoff goes to Thomas. Didn't get too much. Bring up 3rd and short.
You know, the Skins haven't been penalized yet, and that's a big improvement for them.
It's been another problem. Why so many Skins hurt this year?
just people getting hit the wrong way. You know, the two big injuries down in Dallas a couple of weeks ago, Riggins and Bob Brunet. Bob Brunet was actually hit by Gene Fugit. Riggins was hit by his own man, Ron Saul. They're hitting each other. And today look like they're hitting the other team.
Heisman goes to the run, and it looks like the Eagles stopped it. Short of the first down. They needed a couple of yards and did not get it. Watch the big middle linebacker, Bill Berge.
Here's Bill Berge. Voted the best last year by the NFL Players Association at his position. And you see him fighting around Ron Saul's block.
Well, that's a full load to try to block
And
it.
Manny Sistrunk, look at him in there. Where that thing draws crowd in a hurry. A lot of people around the ball. Mosley's going to attempt a long field goal.
He's made his last 5 field goal attempts this season. Has hit from 53 yards out. His best as a Redskin. Oh, he's wide. He had the distance, but he was wide.
I don't think he got all of that either. You know, this starting off here for the Redskins.
They say that Mosley has to have a strong right leg just to get on and off the field with that shoe of his.
That's not true. It's really not true, Don. I'll explain that to you.
He's really turned into a fine field goal kicker, and the Eagles will get the ball. We come back trailing by 7.
Who has over 5,000 stores nationally with people trained to know their auto parts? Where can you get overnight delivery on almost any part? And who also offers parts and supplies for your tractor, boat, motorcycle, or lawnmower? Now, who should you see for quality parts? NAPA, that's N-A-P-A. We help keep America moving.
Homeward bound, coast of New England. The Navy. See your recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Every family has its differences, but wait till you watch the battling Boninos in action in tonight's edition of On Our Own. That's right after Rhoda here on CBS. The Eagles have the ball. They get it at the line of scrimmage on the field goal attempt from way outside the 20. Have it at the 31. Go to the run. Oh, yes, it is. It is Sullivan with the ball. Good fake by Jaworski. A couple of Eagles stayed in to pass block, and the Redskins looked for Jaworski to throw, and there's a gain on the play of about 6 yards.
And Cleveland's gone up 13-0 over Kansas City. There's something in the starting of the second quarter here that's a little interesting, is that the Eagles' second-string running backs in 10 carries have 74 yards. Their first-string running backs only have 10 yards and 4 carries. Betterson has done the major part of the work.
Actually, there's a gain of 7 on that play. Almost 7. Be about long 4, short 4. Here comes Jaworski looking out. Going to Sullivan again, and he crashes close to a first down out near the 42-yard line. Eagle backs aren't big. Sullivan's about 190. Hogan goes about 205. Both good acceleration. Betterson has really been their most effective back. Betterson and Lusk teaming up.
Yes, I think they're mixing them a little bit now, going with Sullivan and Betterson.
Ron McDowell and Harold McClinton were on the stop for the Redskins.
And it looks like it's just going to be enough for the first down.
Got it. So the Eagles, you have to admire the way they've kept their composure, Sonny. They fell behind 14-0 early in the game. Theismann throwing for touchdowns. They gave Washington the ball in good field position. Fumbled away at the 43 of the Eagles, and Washington got it there and took it in. Had a 16-yard punt. Washington got the ball at the 29 and took it in. And the Eagles came back, ran the ball right at the Redskins, went 79 yards in 11 plays, with Betterson going in from 17 yards out to make it 14-7. Now they stopped the Washington drive, and the Eagles are moving the ball again.
They've stopped in the last 2 possessions.
Jaworski's looking deep. Open is Carmichael. Big gainer. First down and more. Here goes Carmichael inside the 35. Harold Carmichael at 6'8" takes the ball inside the 35 and down to the 34, 24 yards.
This is the amazing thing. A little play-action pass going back. We had Kreftley going to the corner. How can somebody as big as Carmichael get lost in the secondary? And look at this little running. You know, that's now, look at that stat, 73 straight games that he's caught a pass for the Philadelphia Eagles. How did he get lost in that secondary?
So the ball is now down inside the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they start to mount a challenge. They down by 7 in the second quarter. Here's Betterson. It's tough.
Ooh, I'd say
he's taking Redskins with him.
A good block again by Tom Sullivan. He made a good block on Dusick again.
Betterson's throwing the ball now, Sonny, 7 times for 51 yards.
And you see that score. New England's gone up 10-3 over the Jets. Grogan, an 11-yard pass. And boy, what a year Darrell Stingley's having.
New England's really starting to come now, aren't they?
They looked dangerous last week.
17-3, they stopped.
Well,
Baltimore.
they got everybody back now. That makes a difference.
2nd and short now for the Eagles. Sullivan running hard, has another Eagle first down.
Boy, that offensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles really controlling the line of scrimmage now.
Curtis knocks him down, but 7 yards downfield.
Look at the job coming off the ball on that side. Ed George coming off. Jerry Sizemore, good blocking, all of them. Morrison, Key, and Walters. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, and that's affording those backs little holes, a little daylight to run through.
Guy you got to watch is the right end, tight end Keith Kreftley. He is very deep threat all the time. Tight end is averaging over 21 yards a catch. Another power sweep to the right. Sullivan carries.
Not much running room then.
Sizemore, 76, was out in front. And Clinton fought through the blockers and made the knockdown. Miami having a problem now as San Diego's taking the lead down at the Orange Bowl.
Yes, James Harris hit Bob Klein with a 4-yard pass to put San Diego up on top. 7:25 left remaining in the second quarter.
We have 9:15 left to play in the first half here at Washington. The temperatures in the mid-60s, a clear sunny day.
This is a situation coming up right here, 2nd and 8. You would think Jaworski might go upstairs with it, and you might be looking at a blitz.
Jaworski gets some time. Now he's got a gun and he puts it up. Kreftley fights for the football and it comes down. Nobody's got it. A good play made by the strong safety Ken Houston.
Houston makes a great play here. Jaworski can't get set. I think we're going to have a holding call anyway on the play.
Yep,
but he can't get set. He throws the ball off balance, off his back foot. And you can see he had a man open. Kreftley was open. And Kreftley did a good job in stripping Ken Houston of the ball in.
Eagles and Redskins are very evenly matched. Washington has scored 83 points this year. Philadelphia 81 coming into this game. Washington has given up 91. Philadelphia 87. They both average 116 yards a game rushing. And here is the mark-off against the Eagles. It'll set the ball back outside the 25-yard line of Washington.
Holding, 72, offense,
Wade
down.
Key got caught. You know, you're talking about how even they are. Also, the Eagles have scored 81 points, and Washington had scored 83 coming into the game.
That old bit about it's only holding if you get caught. Walt Michaels, when he played for the Cleveland Browns, the guy who's now coach of the Jets, his opponent one day was yelling all to the referee, he's holding. Michael says, I'm not holding, it only looks like I am. 2nd down and 20.
Here comes the blitz.
Jaworski eludes the blitz. He has a problem now as Eddie Brown comes up and knocks him down at the line of scrimmage, the 27. 3rd and 20. Ooh, Atlanta.
Atlanta goes on top of Minnesota. A 49-yard pass from Scott Hunter took Greg McCrary. 7-0 they lead in the second quarter. Is Atlanta something else? What they do? They lost to Buffalo 3-0. They lost to the Skins here.
10-6.
10-6.
We're driving towards the end. All the same players they've had when they've been losing the last few years.
That's right. Different
coach.
Different coach. Different attitude. 3rd and 17.
What do you look for?
Ooh. Well, I would think he's got to shift his backs right here and get into a little better passing set.
He propped. There's a big rush from Brundage. Jaworski gets it away, but it's overshot. He was going to Carmichael at the 10-yard line. Curtis dropping back in zone coverage, the big linebacker, knocked Carmichael down right on time as the ball came in.
Yes, he was even high then for Carmichael, but Jaworski did a good job going back up through. He was under heavy pressure from Brundage then. He went back up through the pocket and had to cut it loose, and he threw it a little high for him, but good coverage in part of the secondary then.
So now Horst Moolman is in to try a field goal. He hasn't tried many this year, only 4, has hit 2. Hasn't hit anything outside the 40.
And one of the specialties of the Redskins, something they work on, Don, is blocking these things.
And he kicks a low ball, Moolman. He got that one away. He's got it plenty far. He's got it right through the uprights.
He split it.
Drills it in from 44 yards out, and all of a sudden the Eagles have rallied back right into this football game. It is 14-10 Washington with 7:45 to play in the first half.
The Bell system recognizes that many seemingly unrelated business problems are really communications problems in disguise. So we've provided our account representatives with the skills and equipment they need to take a company's problems and our solutions to them and fit them together into a total communications system. For we firmly believe that in solving problems for companies like yours, the system is the solution.
Hey, Mom!
Oh, hiya, Sonny.
Stop sitting around, Mom. Let's take a ride in my new Ford pickup.
All right, let me drive. Hope I can handle it.
This is the one that's built tough with Ford's exclusive twin I-beam suspension and a new 4-speed overdrive option. And extensive rust-fighting materials on underbody parts.
What you think, Mom?
You may think I'm off my rocker. This Ford is tough.
Of all Ford trucks registered over the last 12 years, 93 out of 100 are still on the job.
Sheer bedlam's all in a day's work when Mama signs on as Rhoda's hired hand.
She is driving me up the walls, across the ceiling, out the windows.
Sunday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
With Sonny Jurgensen, this is Don Criqui back at RFK Stadium in Washington. The Redskins, after leading 14-0, now have seen their lead cut to 4 as the Eagles have rallied for 10 points. 7:41 to play in the first half as Eddie Brown gets the blocks. What an exciting football player. Not great offensive blocking from that front line of the Redskin return unit, and Eddie Brown runs it back 43 yards. He has had 3 fine runbacks today.
Every time. He says he goes into the game every week expecting to make a big play. And what a great attitude that is.
He's like his counterpart with Philadelphia, Larry Marshall. Neither of them are that fast as far as time.
He's just quick and follows his blockers as well as anyone.
He was a free agent, originally drafted from Cleveland. Theismann on a quick roll. Takes a look. Here comes the rush. He's got a problem, and Joe Theismann dumps the ball off, and Fisher went to his hip but didn't throw it down. Oh, they're ruling him down. They're ruling him down before he released the ball.
Hey,
that's better than the
Eagles wanted a call. Let's take a look. A little sprint out. Again, Eagles had made an adjustment in their coverage this time. Joe has time, but just good coverage. And you see right there coming over, LeMaster coming over and making the play on him, throwing him down. And they didn't call him for grounding it because they said that he had already touched.
Actually, Charlie Johnson, who really made the sack.
Was it Johnson?
LeMaster was coming on the play, and so was Hairston. They all forced him out. Watch Johnson match up against the middle guard, against Lenny Haas, Redskin center. There's a big collision. Look at Johnson come. Swings it out, though. Free foot bump. Berge had it and lost it. Mike Thomas lost the ball, and Berge almost had it.
What a play by Bill Berge, and this is why he was voted the best. Coming in on a blitz and then taking the back out of the backfield. And look, the ball is bobbled up in the air. Berge has a shot at it and can't quite hold on for the interception.
Berge in his 9th year in the NFL and his 4th year with Philadelphia. He's just been superb. He came for 2 number 1 draft choices and 1 number 2. There you see the Vikings and the Falcons are tied up, Sonny, in the second quarter.
Yes, 57-yard pass from Tarkenton to Sammy White ties it up.
3rd and 16 for the Redskins at their 43-yard line. They lead 14-10, and they cut the Eagles offside.
He's got a free play.
Oh, man. Frank Grant.
It's going to count, too, unless they'd blown the thing first. I don't think they did, though.
It's a good point, a free play. Go for
It's
broke.
a free play. You got can do anything you want to then, and that's going to count.
Offside, 67 defense.
He climbed.
First down.
Boy, what a catch and what a throw here. Something to remember.
Lem Burnham, 67, was offside, and so Theismann just put it right in the middle.
Boy, it's okay. You can cut that thing loose in, and what a catch by Grant going up in a crowd there to come down with that catch. The Redskins are doing something today they haven't done throughout the season, and that's making some big plays.
Now the Redskins leading 14-10 are starting to mount a challenge here in the second quarter as Mike Thomas turns upfield. Down to get him is Manny Sistrunk.
Manny used to play here. Manny said, don't come my way anymore.
Manny can get you, 6'5", 275.
Oh, is he strong, too.
He can thrust the building.
You know, he doesn't know how strong he is, and that's what's good.
Over.
Yes, Cleveland now leading Kansas City 16-0. Cockcroft on another field goal. Does he ever miss one?
He's had a great year since they've taken the punting away from him.
Oh, is he accurate?
Used to do it both.
Another passing situation here.
Joe Theismann, the quarterback, was the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history. Had a 29-2-1 record in his 3 years as the starting quarterback. Theismann puts it out. My word, it would have been gone. That was Johnny Outlaw.
That puts the Redskins in a hole if he catches that one.
That would be a track meet, 70-yard sprint. Nobody there.
Nobody outside here to protect. He goes back, throws the ball going to Calvin Hill. But look, Outlaw misses it. LeMaster's right there. If he could catch it, he scores. No question he scores. There's nobody over there at all.
Mosley, who was just wide on a long attempt a little bit earlier, now try to hit one from 50 yards. He's been good from 53 this year. Theismann holds, snap and set down are good. He really got that one. And he drilled it right through. What a hit. 50 yards, that would have been good from 58 yards.
And we got a penalty too.
But apparently it's against the Eagles because the play is going to go.
Let's see, the Redskins might take
that's right.
They may take the first down.
That's right. They might take a lot of people say never take points off the board.
It's a questionable thing. Scoring what kind of confidence you have in your offensive football team. They're going to take the points off and go for it. You can see how a game is turned around. You get 3 points up, 3 points off. An interception could have meant 7 the other way.
Well, I don't think anybody knows percentages better than George Allen, so he figures if Mosley can drill it for him from 50, he's going to get a closer shot.
He's made the statement
Running
before.
into the kicker. Automatic first down.
He's made the statement before that he would do that, and he had it a couple of times a couple of years ago against Cleveland and also Houston, and he said, look,
it
would be a blast at your offense if you didn't take the first down, so he's making the same decision here.
So the Redskins take the points off, the 50-yard field goal negated as they take the penalty yardage, get a first down to the 29-yard line. Theismann rolling, got room to run, and a blocker. And Theismann, as all smart quarterbacks do, bails out after he gets the first down.
Good smart play then.
13-yard run.
That shows you the quickness of Joe Theismann. Everybody going the other way. It was a pass, but he had so much running room. You saw the block by Hoss, and you see leading interference right here. Gene Fugit, good block downfield. And Joe, very wise, he runs out of bounds.
Theismann is 6'1", 190 pounds. For a while there, a couple years ago, when he wasn't playing, he returned punts every so often.
Yes, he did. He can run.
Eagles shut that run down. Thomas carries the ball and gets popped hard. LeMaster, a fourth-year linebacker from Kentucky, made the hit. Theismann was the runner-up his senior year in the Heisman Trophy, battling to Jim Plunkett.
Big opportunity for the Skins here after taking those points off the board to come away with 7.
Second down coming up. Almost 10 to go. Ball at the 15. Theismann play faking, takes a look in the end zone, looking for Fugit. Oh, it's intercepted. So he caught it out of bounds, they rule now. Beautifully done by Randy Logan, going way up to get the ball. But he came down out of bounds.
Came down out of bounds. Look at it, a little play action again. He had Fugit on a corner pattern. A lot of time to throw the ball. Makes a good throw. If he throws it any farther, he'll lead Fugit out of bounds. And Logan couldn't get his feet down. Intercepted, but doesn't count. 2 interceptions they could have had on this drive.
One would have gone for 6.
And this one would have stopped the drive, but watch him come down. 1 foot in, the other one out.
But Fugit had a step on him, so Logan did a big job defending on the play, and now it is 3rd down and almost 10 for the Redskins, 15-yard line of Philadelphia. Redskins leading 14-10. Guns it into the end zone. Out there is Calvin Hill. It is a touchdown for Washington.
And I think we're going to have a holding penalty.
Coming back. Penalty markers are down. We could have a hold against the Redskins.
Yeah, this is it thing. It's really plagued them.
That's it. Holding against Washington. So they took the 3 points off themselves, and now the 6 comes off on the hold.
Let's see if we can pick up who. Hill runs a corner pattern. I don't see the hole. It could have, hard to tell who the call was on, but watch this. Calvin Hill right in the corner of the end zone.
Holding, 75, offense, 3rd down.
Terry Hermeling got called for the hole.
Right guard.
And this has happened to the Redskins throughout the year.
That takes them out to the Philadelphia 25-yard line. It was at the 15, and now it is 3rd down and 20. Theismann and the Redskins in the lead, 14-10. Second quarter. 4:25 to play in it. Theismann, now he's going to be, here's another penalty marker down. Theismann eludes the rush, puts it up in the end zone. Danny Bunch is there to catch the ball. But there is another penalty marker down.
Yeah, a couple of penalties down.
And apparently, Sonny, we got another one against Danny. Doesn't know it yet, but Lightning Bugs lost his 6.
I'll tell you, Theismann's having a lot of tough luck. He's had him in the end zone twice now, and is called back again.
Illegal procedure.
Hey, calling illegal procedure. And here again, the mobility of a Joe Theismann running right by the defensive end, coming and then Bunning chasing him out of bounds. See if he steps on a oops, it looks like he had a foot out of bounds anyway when he threw the ball. Good throw again, off balance by Joe.
So the clock is stopped with 4:18 to play in the first half. The Redskins lead the Eagles 14-10 as Bill Berge comes over now, talking with the referee Jerry Markbright. Redskins, if you joined us late, jumped out in front of their first 2 possessions on touchdown throws from Joe Theismann, both to the tight end Gene Fugit. Then the Eagles rallied back in the game, ran the ball 79 yards, 10 rushes against the Washington defense, put up a touchdown.
Illegal formation, number 84, offense, declined. The passer was out of bounds. It's 4th down.
There you go. They did catch him out of bounds.
And he caught his foot out of bounds.
That was a great shot. That
yeah,
told
you
the
can
story.
see, look at his foot right there. His foot is out of bounds. You see the white come up when he threw the ball. And it wouldn't have counted anyway because we lined up in an illegal formation.
CBS cameramen don't miss a thing.
That's right. Were they right there? Well, another field goal attempt.
Bob Daly with some excellent direction, and now we have another long field goal attempt. Mosley hits it.
He drilled it.
He got it. Fortunately for the Redskins. So, 46-yard field goal is up, and now the Redskins have a 17-10 lead with 4:13 to play in the first half.
I control this television network. I control the other networks, too. I pick the shows, and I pick the times. With the new Zenith video cassette recorder, I can tape anything on TV and watch it anytime I want. I can watch one show and tape another, or tape shows when I'm out. With the new Zenith video cassette recorder, I make the TV schedule fit my schedule.
Zenith, now that great name in TV brings you another great way to enjoy it.
Should have bought Mobile One. The oil, it saves you gas, you know.
Should have bought Mobile One. Helps you start at 35 below.
Should have bought Mobile 1. Engine temperature hits 500. You're cool.
Should have bought Mobile 1. You only change it every 15,000 miles.
Mobile 1, the oil that does it all. Take it from an expert.
There we are, the Cincinnati Bengals. They need to win very badly, trailing with a 2-4 record, and the AFC Central leading Houston. Really hit a wedge shot there and way up in the air, and Larry Marshall comes down with Mosley's kickoff, and up the middle goes Mo. Boy, he got stung. Coming down to get him was Rusty Tillman.
Rusty Tillman. Boy, did he hit him, didn't he? Rusty is the captain of his team. Would you look at that score? New Orleans leading Los Angeles.
Henry Stram badly in need of a win.
I tell you, they had a chance to beat Los Angeles out there the first time they played them in L.A.
Right.
Of course, Henry's got him at home now. Rich Zorro hit a 23-yard field goal for their score.
It's 17-10 Redskins here at Washington. We're in the second quarter, 4:04 to play in the first half. Jaworski, the Eagle quarterback, lines his backs in the eye, and here they go to the run. Here comes Herb Lusk. The dancing bear, Ron McDowell, tried to run him down and did.
Redskins expecting a pass on that possession on first down because they went to a double zone. They double covered the outside receivers, and you can see Jaworski only 4 attempts here with 3:43 left in the first half.
Fairness to Jaworski, of course, he does have the fracture of his right thumb and throwing hand.
And
How about McDowell?
And he's also had a lot of success running.
Yeah. Has there ever been a defensive end that's played 17 years like McDowell?
Not like McDowell.
He's playing well this year. Timing pattern, nicely done. Nope, he caught it out of bounds. Charlie Smith was not in bounds when he caught the ball, so that will bring up long yardage again for Jaworski and the Philadelphia Eagle offense.
Don't understand that call. Have to disagree with that call, Ron. He's got 2nd and 9, and he throws a short out to set up 3rd and 4. Don't understand that call. You see where he's going out. He'd have had a 3rd and tough situation to call again. That's a good first down play. 3rd and 9.
3:18 to play in the first half. Redskins lead 17-10. A lot of burgundy and gold after Ron Jaworski, and he almost got the completion. He flung it out to Mike Hogan.
Boy, he did. He wouldn't have had enough for the first down. A good job to eliminate that big loss.
So the Redskin defense holds this time, and they'll get the ball back, and quite probably in good field position
good
again.
Field position again is right.
Spike Jones has got to be thinking and talking to himself. He's only had 1 attempt. There you see the yardage, 16 yards.
Boy, it's hard to keep an average up when you have 16ers, isn't it?
They're going after him, too. They got 10 guys up there to put the rush on. Eddie Brown is back deep.
They could be faking it. Yep, they're faking it. Not a very good kick.
Nope, it'll
good
come
kick
back at
for a
him.
run back.
Here comes Eddie Brown.
Does he look like he has eyes every place? He just knows exactly where to run with the football.
I thought he was going to get caught. Lots of regional action next week on CBS as the Dallas Cowboys, unbeaten through the first 6 weeks of play, go against the New York Giants, a team that started to catch fire. The New Orleans Saints go against the Eagles at Philadelphia. San Francisco plays at Atlanta. The Bears and the Oilers meet at Houston, and Green Bay will play at Kansas City. And then the doubleheader games, the Cardinals and the Vikings at Bloomington, Minnesota. Tampa Bay plays at Los Angeles. That's next week, the NFL on CBS. Straight ahead run.
This is the 6th possession by the Redskins, and the deepest they've been backed up in their own territories, their own 45-yard line. Or if you can start that way where you're in field goal range after a couple of first downs, every time you got to win the football game. 45. They've had it on the 40, 43 going in, the 29 going in, the 50, and the 49.
Frank Grant comes back behind Theismann in motion. Rollout, guards pull. Ooh, a big play, but they miss it. Bunning almost had him, and out there is Calvin Hill. It's just overthrown.
And he had Danny Buggs standing down there all by himself.
The Redskins are getting people open deep every time they run the deep patterns as Theismann scrambling on offense. It's a lot like a young Tarkinen out there moving out.
He is. He's got the strong arm, and by being able to move around, he certainly gives himself an awful lot of time to throw the ball in. You look at his stats right now, and you say, well, why isn't he completing a lot more passes? He's 6 out of 16 right now for 83 yards, but he's had a couple dropped. He's had a lot of touchdowns called back, as a matter of fact.
You just saw the Redskins are 3 for 6 on third downs, and this is 3rd and 7 coming up. 47-yard line of Philadelphia. Theismann, a conventional drop, stands right in the pocket and puts it up for a first down. He drilled it right over the middle down to the 36-yard line to Frank Grant, who's now caught 2 over the middle.
Boy, he has. He really sticks this one in there. Good protection. Again, Skin's doing a good job protecting for the passer, but look at this. 2 men again right around him, and Grant holds on to it for the big completion.
So right now, the 2-minute warning is given as Theismann comes over to talk to George Allen, the Redskins leading.
Hey, Charlie, it was cold last night. You put in the Prestone to freeze?
Prestone, Prestone. Who needs Prestone?
Prestone, Prestone? You need Prestone.
If your antifreeze is worn out or you don't have enough, you could be in trouble. So put in a fresh fill of Prestone, too, to prevent corrosion and freeze-ups.
Prestone, Prestone. We need Prestone.
Prestone, Prestone. You need Prestone.
You're going to see a lot of great events coming up on Saturday, including the Series Championship of Women's Tennis featuring great players like Chris Evert and Virginia Wade, Billie Jean King, Martina Navratilova. Then the World Middleweight Boxing Championship with Rodrigo Valdez and Benny Briscoe. Valdez ranked first in both the WBA and WBC, and Briscoe is second. And then one of the premier thoroughbred events of the year anywhere, the Washington, D.C. International. That's all coming up next Saturday, November 5th, here on CBS. You'll also see the world's strongest men competition. Next week, we have the big fellas throwing car tires.
Car tires?
28-pound car tires.
I can't even change one.
Frank Grant cut an eye. Larry Jones has gone in at wide receiver. Here is Danny Buggs on a wide receiver screen. Gets the ball down to the 35-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles, but did not get out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:48 to play and running.
Dallas leading Detroit in the first period 3-0. A 22-yard field goal by Efren Herrera. They're going for something they've never accomplished before, and that's 7 in a row.
Is that right? They've
never had 7 in a row.
Skins just took one of their 3 allotted timeouts, stopping the clock with 1:47 to play in the first half. Washington leads the game 17-10. Redskins went out in front 14-0. Eagles came back to make it 14-10. And the long field goal by Mosley. And there is the Dallas Cowboys out in front of Detroit, 3-0. Theismann spending some time with Billy Kilmer on the sideline. Cleveland's really putting Kansas City away today. 23-0 now. 1:47 left to go.
I asked Billy how he felt about his benching of this week in favor of Joe Theismann. He said, look, anything that'll help us win. He said, I'm concerned about, I want us to win. If it takes Joe Theismann to do it, he said, by all means, let's do it.
Kilmer go out and play on the special teams, it would help win a game.
He certainly would. He wants him to win.
And as we saw, we want to remind you, of course, we'll be updating action from all around the National Football League at halftime with Brent, Phyllis, and Irv at CBS Sports Control in New York. The Redskins and Joe Theismann come out of the huddle now. Wide receivers go out to either side. Grant is back in at the right flank, and he's looking for the football. No, it's over the middle, and Fugit was open.
He had him open.
He's caught 2 for scores today, and he almost had a third, just a little overthrown.
Good protection again. Nice pocket. Look at this. He has him wide open right here.
The shoe gets dropped.
Yes. And you can see, I tell you, he comes up. He knows, but he's made 2 big catches already in the end zone today. You don't mind receivers dropping them once in a while when they make the biggies for you, you know. There's Billy Kilmer.
Now in his 16th year from UCLA. Heisman on 3rd and 8 puts it up. Open and catching the football inside the 20-yard line.
And a first down, too.
Is Danny Buggs. 16-yard gainer, and the Redskins mounting a challenge now with time winding down in the first half. Redskins lead the game 17-10, and they could put up more before halftime. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Heisman takes a look. They're giving him time, and he just pump fakes and drills it right inside the 15-yard line. And the Skins call a timeout with 1:17 to go in the half.
Good call. 2 plays, goes back. He hits Calvin Hill coming out of the backfield, who just hooks up between the linebackers. You see Lamaster come over and make the tackle. 4 Philadelphia Eagles around that football in good position. Their only thing in mind right there is Joe standing there on the sidelines talking to George Allen, and that is to come away with some points right here.
They can put up another touchdown. They go with a 14-point halftime lead if Mosley hits the extra point. So the Eagles would be in a big hole coming out in the 3rd quarter. Right now it's 17-10 Washington.
Heisman's come out throwing the ball in the first half.
Sonny, you know some of the world's strongest men. You got some real strong ones in this competition. Last week they were pushing wheelbarrows with 750 pounds in them up a hill. Next week they throw car tires.
Car tires?
That would be tough on the lower back.
I think it would be. Do you throw it like a disc?
I guess you just grab it and do whatever you can with it. Throw it overhand if you're that strong.
Any way you want to. Yeah, that's right.
Like a frisbee.
A frisbee throw. It's kind of hard to backhand.
The ball is down at the 13-yard line of the Eagles. The Redskins have it. They have 1 timeout remaining, as you see. 1:17 remains on the 2nd quarter clock. Washington leading the game 17-10. Theismann has been gunning the ball and hitting his receivers like if somebody's been in there all season long.
21 throws in the first half. 10 out of 21.
Gonna run it. Gets out of bounds again, but he is short of a first down. He still has 3rd and short coming up, and the Redskins still have 1:11 left to go in the half.
And the thing is, he did smartly then. He got out of bounds so he didn't have to waste a timeout.
So Mike Thomas comes out. Apparently they're calling the plays for Theismann.
I think no, I don't. They aren't calling the plays. They went over the game plan yesterday and throughout the week, and talking with Kilmer about it, he said Joe really knows what he wants to do in all the crucial situations and the down and distance situations, and he's facing one right now, and I know that he's called this play in his own mind throughout the week.
Calvin Hill and Clarence Harmon are in now as the running backs. Heisman takes a look into the end zone again, a timing pattern, and Calvin Hill catches it out of the end zone. You recall earlier, Calvin Hill caught one in the end zone right there, same pattern, but it came back on a holding penalty.
Joe threw that one under a lot of pressure from Charlie Johnson, the rookie from Colorado. Really came steaming in on him, and he had to throw it under an awful lot of pressure. He made a good throw. The thing that he did smartly was keep the ball long enough that it wasn't intercepted in the end zone. Avoid that because you still got a chance to come away with 3.
So Mark Mosley, who has hit earlier in the game, will try once more. As you see that net up, Heisman holding, ball is right on the money. Mark Mosley makes it go, and now with 1:02 left to play in the first half here at RFK Stadium in Washington, the Redskins open up a 10-point lead, 20-10. But with Jaworski, long-range arm, Ron Jaworski could easily put up points. He can throw it a long way.
He can. Imagine that he's having a little difficulty having that injury to his throwing hand, and probably gripping the ball could be somewhat of a problem to him, but he did cut one loose, somewhat underthrown, and he had it picked off. But he realizes now, trailing 20-10, and even going off at halftime, that he's going to have to come up and start putting that thing in the air.
Nearby Laurel Racecourse in Maryland, it'll be the 26th running of this mile-and-a-half classic on grass, the Washington, D.C. International, coming up next Saturday here on CBS. Some of the great thoroughbreds from around the world entered in that one. Mark Mosley puts the ball down at the 35-yard line, and Larry Marshall and Wilbert Montgomery drop back deep for the Eagles. Mosley with 2 field goals. It's a very high kickoff. Wilbert Montgomery, first-year player, will take it across the 10, 15, 20. Breaks tackles. And some more. Wilbert Montgomery is done not until he hits the 45-yard line.
He was originally hit about the 25-yard line. People hanging all over him. He gets up to about the 45-yard line.
40-yard return, so Jaworski and the Eagle offense now have good field position and 53 seconds on the second quarter clock with which to work.
And the Eagles have an injury. You see a man going off there. Guy Morris, the center, is going off, and Dennis Franks will come in and take his place at center for the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's amazing how often when a new center comes in when the starter's injured, you get a fumble of a snap.
That's right, with a bad hand quarterback. Let's see what happens. This is the best Eagle field position of the day.
That's right. Jaworski throws it and has got the ball and a first down. Kreftley, the tight end, catches the ball and he's down to the 43-yard line.
You see the clock there down under 40 seconds now.
Get all their timeouts, don't they?
Yes, but they want to save them as long as they can.
Jaworski again. Oh, man. Hogan heard the thumping footsteps.
Boy, did he pay the price for it. The ball was thrown a little bit behind him, but Jake Scott really came up and laid the wood to him. The incompletion will stop the clock now.
Yep, 26 seconds left. You see the Eagles with 3 timeouts. Of course, having those 3 timeouts gives Jaworski the option of throwing over the middle because they can stop the clock if the ball's caught.
They can, but you're getting short on time right now with 26 left.
Charlie Smith's going out wide to the right. Carmichael, the big wide receiver, is out to the left. Lavender's against him, and that's Philadelphia Eagles. That's a rip. Ooh, a nice catch by Kreftley. Then he lost the ball. Had his hands on it, and he got hammered by a guy who's been doing that for a long time, Jake Scott.
2 men around Kreftley. Then he wasn't going to run any place after he caught it.
The NFL today at halftime with scores and highlights from all around the National Football League. Phyllis, Irv, and Brent standing by at CBS Sports Control in New York. The ball is at the 44-yard line of the Washington Redskins. The Eagles have the ball. The clock shows 20 seconds as you see to play in the first half. Redskins lead the game 20-10. Jaworski with a deep drop. They close in, screens it out. What? Oh, he had it, lost it. Hogan had the ball tipped up. Now the Eagles need a fairly good gainer to get Horst Millman in field goal position.
Yes, they do. And the problem here, that screen may not. It's 4th down now.
Yeah, that's 4th. That's right.
They're coming up with 4th. This is a dangerous little old play here. 14 seconds. According to how much you use, but get a change of possession, and the Redskins still with a timeout left. See what happened.
Amazing what happens in the last 2 minutes of the second or fourth quarter.
That's the challenge of the game as a quarterback.
4th and 10. Home run ball. That one is kind of hanging. And it is slapped down to the ground by the Washington Redskins. Scott came over. Eddie Brown was also on the play. Joe Lavender.
A lot of guys.
7 seconds left. And the Redskins get the ball at their 44.
You see, he's having a little difficulty throwing this ball. This ball flutters on him also. He has good time to throw it. Doesn't get everything he wants behind it. You see Lavender there. Scott, it was Joe Lavender that really put the wood to the ball, knocked that thing away.
Well aware it was 4th down, not trying to intercept, just slap it down. They get better field position by breaking it up. Now they have the ball at the 43 in time for a play. Heisman, deep drop, puts it down to Fugit. Look at this. Fugit. Oh, he is down to the 4-yard line as time has run out. 52 yards, 4 more, and it would have been 6 points. So the first half comes to an end with a dramatic play that almost went for Gene Fugit's 3rd touchdown reception of the game.
Are you still chained to? Gotcha. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor lets you walk away, free from nicks and cuts. Its 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades are safely protected inside 3 floating heads to give you a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth, for up to 3 weeks on a single charge. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor. It lets you walk away from gotcha.
10 years ago, no one knew me. I was part of the famous no-name defense. Then we built our reputation by being fast. Now, I don't want to lose that. I drink light beer from Miller because it doesn't fill me up, has a 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and it tastes great. Now, everyone knows me.
Hey, I know you. You're,
Nick Bonacani.
No, that's not it.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
When life's grind gets to you.
Mustang.
Mustang.
Let a Mustang take you away.
This is a great time to go Mustang because this year Mustang 2 is base sticker price less than last year.
Mustang.
The 78 Ford Mustang 2 T-Roof convertible.
Go Mustang.
So beat the grind. Go Mustang. A better idea from Ford.
Sunday, the fun starts at the grand opening of Archie's Tavern as the help walks out and the family fills in for a bubbling highball of hilarity. Then, Alice's nightclub moonlighting becomes a nightmare for Mel.
We got 2 jobs, Alice. Pick one.
Watch for her surprising decision. Sunday at 9, 8th Central and Mountain.
On November 5th, CBS Sports presents Championship Saturday, leading off at 2:30 p.m. Eastern with live coverage of the finals of the Series Championship of Women's Tennis, with Chris Everett heading a strong field. Followed by a special edition of the CBS Sports Spectacular featuring live coverage of the World Middleweight Championship, with #1 ranked Rodrigo Valdez taking on #2 ranked Benny Briscoe for the title. And live coverage of the Washington, D.C. International, the major turf race in the United States. Plus, the world's strongest men competition featuring the tire toss. That's Saturday, November 5th.
Phyllis and Irv, some have said that Joe Theismann is cocky, but he's backing it up this afternoon, isn't he? Let's take you around the league now, get you up to date on all the scores. Atlanta and Minnesota, tough defensive game. Roland Lawrence has intercepted a couple of passes for the Falcons, 4 for the season. They are tied, the 3rd quarter just underway at 7. And, of course, the game you're watching at halftime, Washington leading Philadelphia 20-10. Houston and Cincinnati. Cincinnati opened with John Reeves at quarterback, but to start the second half, they have changed, and Kenny Anderson is back at control. Kansas City and Cleveland. The Browns have dominated this game, and the Chiefs quarterback, Tony Adams, Darden has intercepted a pass for the Browns. He ran that in for a touchdown. The New York Jets apparently are for real. At the half, they are tied with New England at 10. Richard Todd would have the Jets ahead, except that Wesley Walker drops still another pass out in the open. Great speed, but his hands are questionable. San Diego and Miami. The Chargers leading by a point. In the first half, Clarence Duran intercepted 3 passes for the Chargers. Remember the last time James Harris played down there in the Orange Bowl for the Los Angeles Rams? He passed for better than 400 yards that Sunday afternoon. Chicago has just scored again. Walter Payton crashes over. This time they kick the extra point. 13-0 first quarter in Green Bay. Dallas Cowboys, the NFC's only unbeaten team, they lead Detroit by a field goal in the first. Los Angeles gave up a quick field goal to New Orleans, but they have cut back Pat Hayden to Harold Jackson, and now they lead it 7-3. And Phyllis, what have we got in a musical vein this afternoon?
Well, speaking of the Rams, that's a good question. A lot of fans were curious for a while. In fact, for years, Los Angeles fans have been divided over who should be the Ram quarterback. Early this season, Joe Namath was heralded to be the savior, but it wasn't until last Monday night behind Pat Hayden that the Rams looked like a Super Bowl contender again. And Los Angeles, in the voice of Barbra Streisand, is once more singing of happy days.
7-3. And, of course, as Jimmy the Greek reported on the pregame show, Muncie not getting along with Coach Stram right now. Muncie did not start in that game. Instead, he was replaced by Strawn. And the NFL Today will continue on CBS right after these messages from your local stations.
Joyce risks her career by trying to keep Police Chief Fletcher from being eliminated from her TV series on The Betty White Show tomorrow on CBS.
This is get-even day for the Cleveland Browns. Do you remember how last season ended, Kansas City upsetting them? Well, right now, the Browns lead the Chiefs by a score of 30-0. And Irv, this is defensive back day. Show me Roland Lawrence again.
Okay, down in Atlanta, the Minnesota Vikings and Atlanta Falcons in the third quarter are all tied 7-7, and defensive backs make things happen. Fran Tarkenton goes to the air early here in his first quarter, and the ball is picked off by Roland Lawrence. Number 22 makes a nifty run up the sideline here, setting up good field position for his offensive teammates along the 49-yard line. When the offense does take the field, this is what happens. Hunter going to McCreary, who's substituting for Jim Mitchell. Touchdown. Atlanta leads 7-0 in the second quarter. Minnesota comes back, however, right on the next offensive series of plays. Fran Tarkenton goes Sammy White, 55-yard touchdown pass, all tied up in the third quarter, 7-7.
And I've been monitoring it, Irv. It's still a tough defensive game. Bob Tucker has just caught his first pass as a member of the Minnesota Vikings, but the Falcon defense is still dominating. Now let's check in on the game you're watching. Here it is. Against the Redskins, go wide. They say get to the outside with some speed. Redskins don't have speed on the outside. The problem is Smith doesn't hold on to the football right here, so Washington's got an opportunity. Joe Theismann is making the most of his day in Washington. Gene Fugit caught 3 passes for 82 yards in that first half, 2 touchdowns. That's one of them right there. Theismann a little bit later. He'll go to Danny Buggs, formerly of the New York Giants, and this play will get down to the Philadelphia Eagles' 15-yard line. And then the combination, Theismann to Fugit. Second touchdown, it was 14-0. The Eagles, though, are showing some life under Vermeil, and they didn't quit in this ball game. Here's Betterson going in. That made it 14-7, and of course it is 20-10. And Irv, what do we have out of Green Bay?
Watching that one right now, too, Brent. It's 13-0 in the second quarter. The Chicago Bears over the Green Bay Packers. And this, of course, is the oldest rivalry in the National Football League. When you had the league's greatest runner, what do? Give him the ball. Walter Payton here is averaging over 5 yards a carry. Goes down to the 5-yard line, setting up a Johnny Musso touchdown run. He goes in, and Chicago takes an early 6-0 lead. Missed the extra point. Walter Payton gets on the act again. This time, he goes in. Score, extra point good. Chicago leads in the second quarter, 13-0.
Irv, cover me on that Los Angeles game. I think the Saints may be going in. Let's show you now what happened to the Rams. It was Pat Hayden hooking up with Harold Jackson, 18 yards, touchdown pass. See the mobility? That's a difference. The quarterback that can move has got an edge in the NFL, and he hit him down there. How are the Saints doing right now, Irv?
I'm listening, and I haven't gotten the score yet.
I gave it to you with a commercial break, right?
It's 3rd and 1 on the 10-yard line. The Saints are threatening.
Keep it right there and tell us what's going to happen here, boys. They're stopped. It's that Ram defense. The NFL Today will continue on CBS in just a moment.
Mr. Highboom.
Huh?
Mr. Highboom.
Yes?
Yeah, look, we understand that you're taking a trip with us tomorrow.
Trip?
Yeah, well, we want you to know that Avis is working right now.
Avis?
It's vacuuming your car, checking the oil, brakes, even the air in the spare tire.
Spare tire.
One of the ways Avis tries harder is working at night, so you're ready in the morning. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's a Chrysler Cordoba, and it's blue. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
We try harder, Avis. Avis, we don't know another way.
America, you've been changing.
Coming, going, changing, growing. The things that make up life.
Why is Bank AmeriCard becoming Visa? To keep up with you.
You're traveling, you're moving, you're taking more from life.
Today you need money that's good around the corner, all across America, and in 117 countries around the world. That's why Bank AmeriCard is becoming Visa, the most widely recognized card in the world. Visa, we're keeping up with you.
Number 55 is important to me on the football field, as other players around the league know. But 55 is important to everyone off the field. If people observe the speed limit and buckle their safety belts, there will be fewer accidents and injuries. You should also keep the right amount of air in your tires. Check them every few weeks. Driving can be fun and safe if you do it like the pros. For more information and a free NFL schedule, write Safe Driving, Box 1801, Washington, D.C.
Height, 5'11" in his stockings. Weight, 178 stripped, about 190 in football togs. Underneath was a full-blooded Sac and Fox Indian. Jim Thorpe, the legend, winner of the Olympic decathlon. He became one of our first professional football players. He played with guys like Nasty Nash and Fat Henry and inspired the young Pro League. Football has many legends, and they're all here waiting for you at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Don't miss it.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. The score here at the half at RFK Stadium in Washington is the Redskins 20 and the Philadelphia Eagles 10. I'm Don Criqui with Sonny Jurgensen. A spectacular play just before the end of the half, almost resulting in another Washington touchdown.
Yes, right before the half, the last play of the half, Theismann back, threw the ball. Watch the adjustment that Gene Fugit makes on the football. The Eagles back guarding against a long touchdown. You see the safety Sanders coming over. Fugit breaks a tackle right here, runs the ball down to about the 4-yard line before getting hit as time runs out. But watch Gene Fugit call timeout on the ground. He's calling time right here. Give me a timeout. Give me a timeout. Time had expired, and great play by the Redskins. Only unfortunately for them, they didn't have time to get one more play off.
Well, the play started with just 7 seconds left in the second quarter, and it ran down while he was running that pattern. Theismann has been very interesting at quarterback in this game. He's done a pretty good job, a very good job.
He has done exactly what George Allen wanted him to do, and that is generate offense. He came in, he's been running around, running sprint outs and so forth in the first half. He was 11 out of 23 for 207 yards. A good half of throwing for him. He had a couple of touchdowns called back in one of his drives. But you look at the stats here, the turnover is a big thing. 2 turnovers for Philadelphia, no turnovers for Washington. Yeah. No mistakes, only 1 penalty by Washington. Big thing, and even the time of possession there, Philadelphia, even though they've had the ball, they've given it up, and then they had that short 16-yard punt by Spike Jones. And throughout the first half, the Redskins enjoyed excellent field position, never deeper than their own 45 to start from, and well, you can play from there.
The Philadelphia Eagles, there's George Allen now. George got to feel pretty good. His team has not, as you pointed out, Sonny, generated a lot of offense throughout this season so far, scoring only 8 touchdowns in the first 6 games. The biggest production was 24 points against the St. Louis Cardinals, the game they won 24-14, but scored just 17 against the Giants, 10 against Atlanta, 10 against Tampa Bay, 16 against Dallas, only 6 against the Giants last week. So changing pitchers has helped them, at least this week.
It has, and that's what they wanted. He gives that mobility. He throws the ball a little quicker than Billy. He moves around a lot more than Billy. But, you know, you go back, not to defend Billy Kilmer and get into any kind of controversy over Kilmer and Theismann, because
Kilmer's been great for this team for a long time.
He certainly has, but they have made big plays today that they haven't been making throughout the early part of this season.
Now, Horst Gilman sidewinds into the football and drills it down the field, and here comes Eddie Brown from the 7. 25 and out to the 28-yard line. Washington goes in offense there, 1st and 10.
I'm sure that Joe Theismann saying, wait a minute, what are we doing back here inside of our 30?
One of the great things, Sonny, on a special teams is after the play's over, you see 2 guys who are matched up against each other still wrestling and bumping each other, oblivious to where the ball is or who's got it.
That's right.
Osborne was just wrapping heads there. Osborne of the Eagles against Joe Harris, young linebacker from the Skins. 1st and 10 for Theismann and the Redskins. They lead the game 20-10 as we open the 3rd quarter from scrimmage. Thomas with a pitch back. Johnny Outlaw, number 20, came up from the left corner to make the hit.
New England's leading the Jets 17-10. Grogan hit Stan Morgan for the 52-yard pass.
Thomas has now run the ball 11 times, has gained 38 yards. Here comes Frank Grant out wide to the right. And Danny Buggs goes out wide left on 2nd and 10 for the Redskins. Big rush. Theismann has a man open. Thomas catches the ball and takes the quick hit from Herman Edwards, the right corner. Got about 5 on the play.
Dangerous throw then,
yeah.
Don, because he threw into the zone. It rotated that way. Herman Edwards had come up. Sanders had gone deep on that side, and that's a little dangerous because you throw and you don't realize that man's coming up. A lot can happen to the football.
Frank Grant now comes wide to the right, and Bugs goes to the left. Setbacks are Clarence Harmon and Kelvin Hill. We go to Harmon, fighting his way. Ooh, there's a stand-up hit. He got the good slug put on him there. Coming up to hit him was Lem Burnham.
Take a look at this draw play. You see Johnson going to the right on Hoss, who makes a good block on him, turns him around. Mihalik and Berge both miss a tackle. Good, strong running in there.
I think that isn't a hit by Lem Burnham.
Oh, Burnham. Burnham was here for a while. He was with the Redskins for a short stay. Big man, 6'4", 240.
So the carry comes up just short of the first down. It brings up 4th and 1, and there is Larry Marshall back for the Eagles. Mike Bragg to punt for the Redskins. Bragg is not a deep punter, but his are very hard to return. Oh, that looked like they almost got off the end zone there. Osborne coming up on the play. Here comes Marshall. Looking for that gap and trying to accelerate through it. A 44-yard punt by Mike Bragg, and so the Eagles go on offense for the first time in the second half. We have 12:50 to play in the third quarter. The score remains the Skins 20, the Eagles 10.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont wagon, a new wagon designed for today and the years ahead. The Fairmont wagon has excellent mileage ratings, but while it is trim and lean outside, Fairmont has almost 90% of the passenger space of most large wagons, and with a seat down can swallow up all this cargo. Yet for all this, the new Fairmont wagon as shown is actually sticker price less than this little VW Rabbit. Test drive Fairmont, the newest better idea from the Wagon Master.
This fresh egg is going to help us sell this brand new Freeflex shoe from Freeman. Watch. You can do it with any new Freeman Freeflex. Let's use the same egg.
Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central and Mountain Time on CBS, it's Logan's Run, and Jessica falls into the hands of a society that can split human beings into 2 creatures. One good, the other evil. That's tomorrow night on Logan's Run here on CBS. We have 12:50 to play in the third quarter. The Redskins holding the 20-10 lead they had at half. The Eagles with the ball, their first possession of the third quarter. They have it at their 27-yard line. Rusty Tillman now shaken up and is on the sidelines being attended to. Oh, he's going back in at middle linebacker. It is McClinton who's come off.
Yeah, I think it looks like something's wrong with his hand or his wrist. He's going back in now. They were just hitting a little tape. Rusty said, "Come on, let me play one play." Look at him. He's
had some big plays in special teams, though.
Oh, hasn't he?
Lavender and Williams at the corners now, looking to defend against Jaworski's long passes.
Oh. Watch this play.
Great play by McDowell.
McClinton on a blitz, right in the hole. McDowell underneath. McClinton. A lot of people in. Dennis Johnson. Oh, he's hurting again.
Apparently he banged up pretty good, so now Tillman's coming back out. There was a loss on the play of about 1.5 yards. It'll be second and about 11.
He came right in blitz, and he took a shot there. Boy, he hates to come out of that football game, I can tell you that.
He's the guy that said before this one, we won't need any speeches. We don't need any motivation. We know what's on the line right now. We lose this one, it could be our season.
Well, it is for them to have an opportunity to make the wild card berth, and it's too early to talk about playoffs because the season's got a long way to go. A lot of things can happen to a lot of key people.
Jaworski takes a deep drop, puts it up. Ooh. Smith was leaning to the outside, and the ball came in very close to Joe Lavender. So the clock is stopped, 11:54 to play in the third quarter, and third and long is now coming up for the Eagles.
Situation they want to avoid, the nickel defense. Eddie Brown coming in for Rusty Tillman. They'll go into the nickel, and they try to confuse you in this, and with good pass rush, and they can bring that extra linebacker at times. Difficult situation to try to throw into. You see Dr. Stan Levine looking over Harold McClinton there.
Herb Lusk goes clean rush to the right. Jaworski is sacked and dropped to the 23. The Redskins break down the pocket and knock down the quarterback. Second sack of the day for the Redskin defense. Dennis Johnson, 61, was the first guy on him.
They had three people in, Don, covering Charlie Smith. They were trying to go long to him. That's why he had to pull the ball down and run it back through the middle.
There is Fast Eddie Brown.
Fast Eddie.
Spike Jones into punt now, number 6 for the Eagles. Standing just inside his 10. Gave it a ride. Eddie Brown signals for and makes the fair catch at the 37-yard line of the Skins, a 40-yard punt. And Washington goes back on offense, 1st and 10. So the Redskins punt return unit comes off, and Joe Theismann of the offense goes out, protecting their 10-point lead they have at the half.
Sir. It's about time you're here. Another late night, I presume? Well, let's get started. The first thing we have for your assignment is this micro-cassette tape recorder.
Genius. Did you design this, huh?
Well, no, actually. It's a Sony. Next is this radio with 32 worldwide bands, can tune in just about any place.
Extraordinary. Who gets the credit for this one?
This is a Sony, too. You'll also need this ultra-compact portable video camera, and we're going to mount this 5-inch color TV in your car, along with this Betamax deck for playback.
Remarkable. Are they,
Yes, they're Sony also.
Excuse me, sir, but did you just walk into a store and buy these?
Well, yeah.
Well, keep up the good work, sir.
If it's a little extraordinary, chances are it's a Sony.
Monday, Logan, Jessica, and Rem are captured by a society with an amazing secret. Behold the terror the future holds. Logan's Run. Monday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
There's your pal, Coach Allen. What do you think he's saying there?
Hey, going over some defensive adjustments there in the coverage, I imagine.
Theismann goes to the run. Mike Thomas is stopped and then knocked down. Bunning, shooting the gap, got a piece of him. Also on the play initially was Manny Sistrunk, and then Frank Lemaster made the tackle.
Dallas leading Detroit now 13-0. Their last score came on a 15-yard pass from Staubach to Billy Joe Dupree.
Dallas is like an automobile. They go as fast as they have to every week.
Henry still got him. It's 10-10 in the second. Now in the third period, I think.
Second down and 10 coming up for the Redskins. Their 38-yard line. Theismann dumps it off. And it falls dead at the 40-yard line, so it's going to be third down and 10.
Good rush again by Burnham. Burnham got in there and put the rush on him, and I think he may have gotten a piece of it.
Bunning out of North Carolina in his 6th year is a good blitzing linebacker. He comes in a lot of passing downs on the weak side.
The word on Harold McClinton is that he has a pinched nerve in his right shoulder. Not sure whether he'll be back later or not.
Chris Handberger on the sidelines in street clothes, bad knee. Charlie Taylor out of this game, hamstring pull. John Riggins out with a knee. Theismann looking In deep on 3rd and 10, he takes time and pumps it up, and look at Mike Thomas catch the ball. He got it and he held on. Theismann had the time, and then he put it right between the double twos.
Watch your time Joe Theismann has here. He stays in his pocket, which is something he's worked on. Look at him wait. Look at him wait, reloads, and then throws the ball. Mike Thomas alone on the sidelines gets knocked out of bounds. It's good for 22 yards and a first down.
Herman Edwards really nailed him, but Mike Thomas held on, so the Redskins on a 3rd and 10 get the big play, and now they have the ball at the 39-yard line of Philadelphia. 1st and 10. Clarence Harmon gets the run inside the 35-yard line. LeMaster knocked him down there along with Sistrunk.
Good block that time by Terry Hermeling on Bill Berge.
Well, that completion to Thomas was a big play because they would have punted the ball back and the Eagles would have got fairly good field position.
It was, and it's something you have to give an awful lot of credit. An excellent throw, but give a lot of credit to that offensive line protecting the quarterback.
They really took care of him. Pass blocking has tightened up considerably this week. Theismann dropping. He has time again. Lets her go long, and the man is wide open. It is a touchdown for Danny Buggs. Nope, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. We'll see if they really stepped out after he caught it or he caught it out.
You see the play action going back. He runs that out and up pattern. Good protection again. The throw, excellent throw. You see the official right there marking on the left of your screen. He marked it before the ball was even completed.
I think he went out of bounds and came back in, stepped up.
That was the reason. He went out of bounds and came back in. Not allowed to do that. You know, and that's something he might pass off his little experience too. Danny Buggs is under
5. The swing pass is caroms off the hands of Calvin Hill. Here comes Mosley, Sonny, once again.
I tell you, what's he got 2 today? He had 3 last week.
Let me keep those 50-yarders he's seen. Remember he had that 50-yarder they called back because they got the penalty and had a first down.
I've never seen him kick with more confidence than he's kicking with right now, and he just feels like every time he walks out there he's going to drill it home. New England leading the Jets now 24-10.
New England's got a machine. They got it working. Where did he go? Mosley is into the ball, a 51-yard attempt. He got it. Boy, is he playing football for the Redskins. So the Redskins come out and salute Mark Mosley, and he well deserves it as he now has put the Redskins out in front 23-10.
Want to cut your fuel bills? Whether your house is new or old, put insulation everywhere. It can save you money. Your attic, you need a 6 to 12-inch blanket of pink Owens Corning fiberglass. Walls, full insulation. Unheated crawl space, insulate below the floor. Live where it's cold, insulate basement walls. See your Owens Corning fiberglass supplier to learn all about insulation. Insulation is cheaper than oil.
You got a place to get to. Exxon knows along the way. It's nice to hear somebody say, thanks for coming by today. Exxon wants you here tomorrow. It's always nice to say, come on in, hey, where you been? Thanks for coming by today.
Thanks for coming by.
There's that New England Jet score, Sonny.
Yeah, Grogan hit Hasselbeck with a 4-yard pass.
Mosley, who was originally drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles back in 1970 in the 14th round, kicks it up for the Redskins after hitting the long field goal. Here comes Larry Marshall for Philadelphia. Out across the 25 to the 26. And now trailing by 13 with 9:40 left to play in the third quarter. Jaworski brings the Eagles offense out. Mosley spent 70 with Philadelphia, then went to Houston for 2 years. Now in his 4th year with the Redskins. Scored 97 points last year.
You've never seen anybody work harder in training camp than Mark Mosley. He doesn't participate in all the hitting drills, but a man that works on his own by himself all the time, and probably harder than anybody up there.
Last season he held opponents to a 16-yard average on kickoff returns. That's the second lowest in NFL history. Those high kickoffs. Ketterson has a lot of people hitting on him.
Ooh, now they swarming now.
Houston came up.
This has been the mark. Minnesota, Atlanta still tied up in the fourth period. This has been the mark of the Redskin defensive team, and since George Allen has been here, when they get people down, they like to keep them down.
That Atlanta's tough to score on.
for everyone, too.
Here comes Jaworski now with a 2nd and 10. His team down 23-10 in the third quarter. Blitz is on, and Ron McDowell is the man who pops through.
The dancing bear.
The back had to pull out and hit Dusek 59, and that let McDowell a free lane.
This is what they like. When they're down, they know people have got to put it upstairs, and they don't have to worry about the run. They can just tee off and come. You know why he hesitated right then at the end? He wanted to make sure they found out when the film is on him on Tuesday. He wants to make sure they found out who got that sack.
Hoses get that 79 in from every angle.
San Diego leading Miami.
Fourth quarter now.
Ooh, 7-6 still.
San Diego's got a lot of offensive players.
They can hurt you in a hurry, but looks like a defensive struggle today.
So now 3rd and long yardage. 3rd and 20 for the Eagles and Jaworski. On the run, the ball was broken up. Carmichael went for it. Joe Lavender made a big defense. He intercepted the ball. Lavender had his hands on the ball inbounds.
What a great play by Joe Lavender. You see him, he goes back, can't find anybody. Curtis was coming from the left side. He rolls out. You see him chasing right there, but look at this interception. How does he get this ball? It looks like Carmichael gets it, and Lavender comes away with it.
So now the Redskins forcing yet another turnover. Have the ball 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of Philadelphia. Third quarter, Washington leads 23-10. Heisman eludes the rush, lets her rip. There's a penalty marker down at the 25-yard line. Frank Mant thinks it's pass interference. Holding against the Eagles, so it'll be a 1st down for the Redskins.
Joe having gone long a couple of times now, once to Grant and also to Buggs, and he hit Buggs a couple of times. It didn't count, but he came right out after that turnover, trying to put the Eagles away for good with a home run. Automatic 1st down.
Holding, number 20, defense, 1st down.
I think you're better off holding there than pass interference. Right. 5 yards is better than a...
Better holding, letting him beat you that deep. I think he was going by him. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Now at the 41-yard line of the Eagles. Pretty close in 1st downs. 14-10, the Redskins with the 4 advantage. Here comes Mike Thomas turning upfield inside the 40 and down 35. John Bunning was across to hit him. Logan was there. Carl Hairston was also on the play.
5 tough yards in. Boy, it makes you game with this good field position. Again, starting in plus territory. This is the 3rd time, and once at the 50, 4 times right at the 50-yard line, once way down inside. So it really makes a difference in your play calling.
Tell you, the Redskins, for all their injuries and problems, certainly look good.
They
have
together. Inspired football game, and we said coming into the thing, George has never lost 3 in a row since he's been here, and they wanted this one badly. They realized the importance of the game, but so did the Philadelphia Eagles.
No George Allen coach team has ever lost 3 in a row. Under George Allen, the Redskins are 80% plus in wins here at RFK Stadium, and they are 82% over the Philadelphia Eagles during George Allen's career. 11-2-1.
11-2-1.
3rd and 3, and there is Theismann swinging it out to Calvin Hill for a first down. Bunning misses him. Blockers are out there, and Calvin Hill at 6'4", 235 pounds, crashes his way down inside the 15 down to the 10, but there's a penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage.
See what this is going to be. It's going to be another holding call. Boy, something that really plagues and has plagued the Redskins today, even though they're leading this football game. It has plagued them again. Let's see who it is. I think, yes, he did. He caught Ron Saul. And a little check over pattern by Calvin Hill. And a good piece of blocking. Look at the downfield blocking.
64 offense.
Yes, Ron Saul. Good blocking, good hustle downfield by Lynn Hoss. And another big play is nullified.
They got enough assistant coaches on the Redskins to field a team. 11.
You want to hear something? New Orleans 17, Los Angeles 10. 3-yard pass. 3-yard pass from Blanchard. They must have faked a field goal. He couldn't be punting that close.
That's right. He's the hole. Here is Theismann rolling out.
There's another flag down.
There's a man open too. Danny Buggs. Oh, he could not hold on.
And a flag down again also.
Apparently the moving pocket is grabbing a little as it moves.
Let's see what we get again.
Oh, this one offside against the Eagles.
Well, I'll get another shot at it.
Yep. That was a...
Let's look at it again. Sounds redundant to say it, but look at the mobility.
They're double teaming up on that. Charlie Johnson
goes in a little crowd, does a little reverse and comes out.
78 defense, 3rd down again.
Runs wide left, waving, throws it off balance. And Buggs almost comes away with it. Oops, he shied away right there at the end. I think to avoid the contact right there. But if he had come up with that, he could have made a touchdown. The one chance he has to make a touchdown, they're not going to call it against him, huh?
Might get another shot before too long. Theismann's looking at him deep. Nye puts it up short. Gets Calvin Hill. Penalty marker is down again in the Redskin backfield, Sonny. Looks like might have a hold.
Yes, we do. Another holding call.
Play comes back. Oh, they're quick to jump on the Redskins here. That look at the scoreboard. It's 23-10.
I think it's going to be on George Stark this time. I saw him talk with the official. Let's see who he comes up with. The right tackle, number 74, George Stark. 64 they called last time. If he don't...
Holding, 74, offense, 3rd down.
George Stark.
Crowd really gets on the holding calls here, don't they?
Yes, they do. You see what's happening. This is the thing. It's hurt him, but of course, getting that big start at the beginning of the game, you can imagine what this does to your football team in a crucial game when you keep making mistakes like that, getting shoved back.
That is wide to the right. Buggs wide to the left. 3rd and long yardage. Theismann gets it away. Going for the football is Frank Grant. Intercepted. Johnny Outlaw intercepted the ball. He's coming right back in a hurry. He can play football with the ball. Johnny Outlaw takes it all the way back to the 40.
And I'm telling you.
Hey, that was a play.
A heck of a play by Johnny Outlaw.
Your pal Lynn Hoss finally got him.
Yes, but I'm telling you, you can't blame Joe Theismann. He makes a good throw under pressure. He puts the ball out. Just an excellent play there. But Joe Theismann got forced into this situation because of the holding calls on the offensive line.
Andy Logan leads the blocking.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Tomorrow we go back to civilization. And let's have a last night in the wilderness party.
Yes, great idea. I've got just what we need.
So tonight.
Hey, hello, Brown. You've been hiding that all week? I was waiting for the right moment.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
With the price of most things going up, the sticker price of Pinto, the best-selling American small car, is coming down. As of October 3rd, new 78 model Pintos with more standard features will have a lower sticker price than last year's model comparably equipped. Important features are now standard, like AM radio, power front disc brakes, rear window defroster, tinted glass, and protective body side moldings. Ford Pinto, more car for the money than last year. When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
Joe Theismann has put the ball in the air 29 times already today, has hit 13 for 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just was picked off by Johnny Outlaw. Now Jaworski comes right back, puts it up, and woo, a free football that Jake Scott had a play on. Went off Carmichael.
He really hummed that one, and he had it a little high for Carmichael and only got one hand up on it. That's Washington's first turnover today.
Jaworski's had some problems, hasn't he, Sonny, with that bad thumb? 2 for
Obvious
14.
that it's bothering him.
2 for 14 for 35 yards throwing. He got a concussion and a broken thumb on one play just before the half and was right back in there. Quick screen out to Carmichael. Good execution by the Eagles, and the big guy rips it up. Gets a first down inside the 40. Boy, they set those blockers and gave the big 6'8" wide receiver room to go. Curtis finally got him.
Good play. They've had a lot of success with this in the past. Tough throw for the quarterback to do a complete spin to throw that ball. But look at Wallace out there blocking. And those strides, he covers about 4 yards a stride. And he covered them very quickly then. He takes it down to the 36-yard line.
That took him about 6 strides then. He got 25 yards.
New England leading the Jets now, 24-13 in the fourth period.
And we see McClinton now is going back into the game. So the middle linebacker replacing Tillman. Eagles starting them on a drive. They trail 23-10 in the third quarter. 5:25 to play in it. Jaworski sets himself, swings it out this time. Tom Sullivan gets the ball and looks for that gap and shoots into it. Got about 4.
A lot of people around the football. Gerard Williams, Jake Scott, and also Brad Dusick out there.
Remember that game last year, the Monday night game, the Eagles, the Redskins playing at Philadelphia, and ball hit somebody on the helmet, or Dusick hit a ball with his helmet and popped it free and ran it in for a touchdown just before the half. Redskins went on to win 20-17.
2nd and 6. Eagles need some points in this drive to get back in the football game.
We're at the 33. Up, and as Johnson gets all around Jaworski.
That's their 3rd sack of the afternoon, their 4th sack, I understand. Here you see, going back, good coverage in the secondary that time. Johnson just beat his man to the inside. He beat Stan Wallace and came in there and made the play. Look at that. They won't go down, will he?
Cincinnati holding into a touchdown lead over Houston in the fourth quarter at Cincinnati. We have 4:15 left to play in the third quarter here at RFK Stadium in Washington. Eagles now set back to the Redskins 41. 3rd and almost 15. Jaworski pumps it. Did not have a good grip on the ball and skipped it in.
You're right, Don. He just threw it real short then. The pressure was coming on the outside of him, and he had to throw it short. I think it's more than he'd like to admit. That finger got to be bothering him some.
It is a perfect football day here in the nation's capital. Temperature about 60 degrees, cloudless, sunny skies. The Eagles having problems on 3rd downs, converting them.
Yes, 1 out of 8 now.
Spike Jones intently waits for the snap. Puts it up real high. Eddie Brown's got a fair catch. Twice Eddie's had a fair catch. He doesn't like to do that. Sometimes discretion. Better part. On our own tonight right after Rhoda here on CBS at 7:30 Central and Mountain Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. Every family has its differences, but where do you watch the Boninos battle tonight? This edition of On Our Own. This is the first time, I think, Sonny, the Redskins have been backed up this far to take over the ball.
It is their worst possession, back on the 13-yard line.
They opened the game with 2 quick touchdowns the first 2 times they got it. The 43 and the 29-yard lines of Philadelphia. Thomas turning out. Randy Logan came across. Lots of Eagles on the tackle. Pete Lazatich playing the nose tackle was also on the stop.
Dallas still rolling, Don. 20-0 over Detroit in the second period. Their last score was a 19-yard pass from Roger Staubach to Scott Laidlaw. Like they're going to win that 7th in a row for the first time.
Jimmy the Greek says it's 6-1 that Dallas will be in the Super Bowl. Down they go. Oh, it was almost intercepted. Then it was caught. Herman Edwards had a play on the ball, but it skipped through his hands, and Danny Buggs caught it for a 15-yard gain.
You're talking about making a big play, and what a one that could have turned the other way. Right. Look at this pass. Good protection, and it goes right through. Out. Who is that? That's Herman Edwards. Has a great play on it, but doesn't come up with a potato. And Danny Buggs makes a great catch. Oh, he had a shot at intercepting that one, didn't he?
The Redskins have really tightened up their pass blocking this game. There was 14 sacks of Redskin quarterbacks in the last 2 games coming into today. Eisman takes a look. Lets her lip. Timing pattern. Penalty marker down as Fugit goes for the football.
Tell you something about that pattern, Don. That was an adjustment on the part of Gene Fugit. He went up on his own when he saw they got a holding call again. He makes this adjustment himself. Watch him at the bottom of your screen, number 84 coming out. And he's running a little short out pattern, but watch it as he goes out, as Joe is looking for him and is looking back, and as he holds the ball,
holding number 20,
he goes up
defense,
the field.
Automatic first down.
And it was a little shove there. You see the flag coming in as he made the adjustment and went on upfield on his own.
2:23 left to play, and there's the Rams now coming back to tie the game. Well, as the Bears giving Green Bay some trouble. A lot of it. Bears having their troubles. 2 and 4. Mike Thomas breaks the crust, gets ahead.
Good blocking on the right side of the line then. Good blocking. You see Mike going back and telling the right side of the line what a good job they've done. Stark and Terry Hermeling back in there. Miami leading San Diego now. 13-7. Bulash on a 3-yard run.
Thomas has now run 56 yards and 16 carries for the Skins. On 2nd and about 3, a power run into the right side of the Eagle defense. We'll see if it got there. Had to get the ball out to the 46. 1:30 left to play in the third quarter. And here comes the second tight end of the game. Jerry Smith comes back in.
Jerry Smith, but
never that big, but he could always block.
They also brought in Nugent as they maybe they're going to make some adjustments here. They're bringing Nugent up as a tight end also. Now Smith is outside of him. Yeah, they put Jerry as a flanker. That's what they've done. Nugent is a tight end.
Penalty marker goes down as Smith cut in and knocked down a linebacker. Right behind him came Clarence Harmon.
Whatever it was, it worked. The play worked.
Got the ball out to midfield. Bob Tucker just joined Fran Tarkenton at Minnesota, just caught a touchdown pass.
It didn't take him long. Minnesota leading Atlanta 14-7 in the fourth quarter with 8:17 remaining.
He must have
What do you think?
Offside, 79, defense, first down.
Manny Sistrunk was offside, so the Redskins get a first down at midfield. They lead the game 23-10. They led 20-10 at the half. 59 seconds to play now in the third quarter. Eisman times it out to Grant, and a down and out. Quick out, He's knocked down at the 45-yard line of the Eagles. Got 5.
I think Joe's called a smart game today. He's mixed his plays well. Mixed his receivers well. Buggs has caught 4. Grant 4. Fugett's caught 3 for 82 yards. And he's also thrown 3 to Thomas and 1 to Calvin Hill. So he's mixed his receivers well.
Next week, the Redskins go against the Colts at Baltimore. The Eagles will be back. And then Philadelphia to play New Orleans. Here's Clarence Harmon on the sweep. Drew Mahalik pursuing him and gets him with LeMaster. But he runs the ball down close to the 40. As the third quarter now is winding out. That was the final play of the third quarter. The Redskins will go into the final 15 minutes with a 13-point lead. There's the gun. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Washington Redskins 23, the Philadelphia Eagles 10, and we now pause for a word from your local station.
A half-wild mountain child that's kept under lock and key brings Rafferty onto the scene tomorrow night on CBS.
We have 3rd and 1 coming up as we open the fourth quarter. This is Don Criqui with Sonny Jurgensen, RFK Stadium in Washington. The Redskins looking for their 4th win of the year. Have a 23-10 lead, and Joe Theismann, getting his first start of the year, has gone the distance so far at quarterback. Number 7. Goes with that power formation again. Mike Thomas gets the first down and more. But Nugent in again, playing it tight to the right, and Jerry Smith comes in as a wingback blocking down.
That makes a difference. You bring in that big guard, Dan Nugent, to come in there and block as a tight end. He's 6'3", 250, and makes a little difference in where they're blocking at the point of attack.
So the Redskins drive on. Now they have the ball at the 36-yard line. Redskins with a 7 advantage in the first down, 15-11. Mahalik puts the rush in a former teammate, Joe Theismann, of Notre Dame, and then Theismann eludes him and steps ahead to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, I can remember when I used to do this.
Not quite that fast.
Are you kidding? I never turned my back to that line of scrimmage. But boy, this is a great thing for Joe to be able to do this, to have that quickness to escape the rush and get out of bounds.
Right now we have a timeout on the field with 14-13 left in the game, and the Redskins continuing to lead by 13.
Except for the insurance and closing.
Oh, well, what insurance company?
Ah, they're all the same.
Allstate's different.
Different? How?
We give a 10% discount for newer homes.
Oh?
It's a 10% discount.
Now 10% off our rate.
On basic homeowners insurance for houses 5 years old or less.
Allstate's different, all right.
Good hand.
Oh, boy.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us. The good hands people.
You know, it looked like a light day, with nothing to deliver but posters for the AC Spark Plug Buy 7 Get 1 Free sale. What could be easier, right? Wrong. Do you know how many places sell AC Spark Plugs? And everyone with a poster like this is selling 8 AC Spark Plugs for the price of 7, as long as supplies last. Sure, getting a free AC Spark Plug is a great idea. But you better move fast.
Next Saturday, CBS Sports presents live coverage of the Series Championship of Women's Tennis with Chris Evert and Billie Jean King heading the field. That's next Saturday at 2:30.
Carl Hairston, a starting defensive end, apparently all right going off the field, banged up a leg on the last play.
Now the Eagles in the third quarter they lost a yard rushing. Just unfortunate, you know, in the second half they only have 5 yards net 5 yards, 5 yards passing for the second half so far. Joe Theismann's having a big day. Look at that score. Dallas 23-0 over Detroit now. Theismann's had 287 yards So far, 194 passing and 93 rushing. There he is.
Rams took the lead there on the field goal with a second to play in the first half by Rafael Septien. Ooh, Theismann this time has a problem with Lem Burnham. Look at, he eludes the rush again. Boy, he drives defenses crazy. Theismann gets back inside the 35-yard line. The net result was about a 4-yard gain from where the line of scrimmage was. But he was almost thrown for a 15-yard loss.
Watch this going back. Look how he escapes this. You notice the great quickness that he has. Lazatich chasing him. Again, he goes back the other way. Sistrunk can't catch him. Haas comes back, locks on Manny. And Joe makes 4 yards out of it, and he could have lost 25.
Redskins.
Hey, you see that third down conversion. The thing has really plagued Philadelphia.
One of these. They're going to get it for you. Eddie Moss is now in the backfield. Redskins go right to the run, up the middle, down to the 30-yard line, and here comes...
Guess who?
Mark Mosley.
Got a fourth quarter score. New England 24, the Jets 13. Cincinnati 10, Houston 3. And it's a big game for Cincinnati.
They all are when you're down. That division's going to be tough for anybody to win. Mike Curtis comes in to block on this field goal unit. Mosley really rockets into the ball. Oh, he hit the upright. Kyle, we cannot do that.
Can you believe? I saw him do that during the warm-ups. He hit the same post.
So it goes as no good. Negated immediately as soon as it hit upright and bounced the other way, and the Eagles will have possession when we come back.
Touch, the first computer TV. Magnavox Touch Tune Color Television. Touch and lock in computer sharp color, computer fast. Touch, no need to fine tune ever. Touch, at the set or by remote control, computer controlled color. Star System Touch Tune Color Television from Magnavox. Touch one today.
Hi, ever need to rent a car fast? Watch. Hertz, #1 club number 21586, arriving San Diego at 2 p.m. on RAL Flight 9. Returning it there tomorrow. Okay, thanks. That's all there is to it. When you're in the #1 club, nobody makes renting a car faster or easier than the Superstar. Even before you get there, your car is pre-assigned, your forms filled out. So rent a Ford fast from Hertz, the Superstar in rent-a-car.
You ready to come back, Sonny?
No way. I like it right here.
Come back, Sonny. First and 10 for the Eagles at their 30. They haven't put up any points in the second half. They trail 23-10. We have 12 and a half minutes to go in the game. The pitch back to Sullivan. And there are a lot of Redskins there to shut that down, led by Mr. McDowell.
You know, they may not run straight ahead very fast. Ron McDowell and Dennis Johnson, Bill Brundage. But they run laterally so well. So hard to knock off your feet.
Always been the toughest team around to run wide against the Skins.
Well, they play the run exceptionally well.
Best in the NFL, as you mentioned earlier, from a yardage allowed per carry by the opposition, 3.2. Jaworski looking around for somebody. Puts it up. Carmichael's there, and he catches the ball for first down and across the 50, but there is a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage.
Now we're going to have one on them.
You get a guy running around like that, the linemen don't know where to go.
Well, let's see what we're
We
going
have
to
a
have.
face mask.
Uh-oh.
Face mask, 72.
Oh, Darren Talbot got called for a face mask. Thought it was going to be one of those things where the Eagles get called for a big play because the Redskins have had big plays called back. It's never too late here. Philadelphia, if they could have thrown the ball a little better. I think this game would be a lot closer than it is right now. You know, they're trailing by 13 points, 12 minutes. Still plenty of time for Jaworski. He gets a little feel for what he's doing right now. Oh,
that's got to be out. No, yeah, there's a flag. Swing pass out to Sullivan. But Krefley, the tight end, was 10 yards downfield with the snap of the ball.
Like he got a head start. You can't knock him for that. He's just getting off on the ball.
Right.
And everybody else was slow getting off on the ball.
You know, a lot of people forget. They think of you as being the Redskin quarterback, which you were for so many seasons, but you originally came up with the Eagles as an apple-cheeked young man out of Duke.
That's right. Back in there you go. You see Krefley leaving early. Nothing like a little, you're going to get a head start, you might as well go.
Make it a good one, huh?
Make it a good one. Smart thing Ron does here is gets rid of the ball. He knows it is a penalty. He saw Krefley leave. He got rid of the ball instead of taking some punishment back there because it's open season on you when you're just standing there.
First down.
Yes, way back in '57 it came up with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's 7 nice years there. Cleveland really putting it to Kansas City, 37-0 now.
Kansas City will make the turn here of 1-6. Jaworski lets her rip. Carmichael's out there. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play with 11:58 left in the game. A 48-yard touchdown throw. Absolutely what they brought on the board.
We just said plenty of time to go in here and just let him get a feel for what he's doing. And here he got some time. Good pass protection here. You see, they got McDowell down. Sizemore back. Gives him time to reload. Throws the ball, and he throws a strike. And there's no catching Mr. Carmichael. And we have ourselves a ball game.
That second pass block by Sizemore released that play because he would have been down. Perfect strike. So now we've got a football game again and a lot of time left as Horst Muhlmann hits the extra point. And the Eagles move back to within 6. It is a 23-17 game with almost 12 minutes still to play.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont. A new car designed for today and the years ahead. At 33 miles per gallon highway, 23 city, Fairmont has the highest mileage ratings in its class. Yet it has 90% of the head, leg, and shoulder room of most large cars. And base sticker prices for the Fairmont line start at just $35.89. Fairmont, roomy but with mileage like a small car, and the lowest sticker price in its class. Test drive Fairmont, the newest, better idea from Ford.
Should have bought Mobile One. The oil, it saves you gas, you know.
Should have bought Mobile One. Helps you start at 35 below.
Should have bought Mobile One. Engine temperature hits 500. You're cool.
Should have bought Mobile One. You only change it every 15,000 miles.
Mobile One, the oil that does it all. Take it from an expert.
That's your kind of an offense, Sonny. Don't take long.
It doesn't take long, and we just said that they had a time to put it together if Jaworski could get unwound a little bit.
Tillman pitches it back to Eddie Brown. Ooh, and Eddie got hit by everybody in a white and silver uniform. White, green, and silver.
This is a big test right here, Don, coming up for the Redskin offense. They've been very successful today moving the football and keeping the ball. In their last possession, even though they didn't score, they kept the ball 6 minutes. So the thing is right now for them to keep this football with 11:49 left because we have a ball game and Philadelphia's only 6 points down.
23-17. It was 20-10 Washington at the half. Then they led through the first 3 quarters, 23-10. And the big strike from Jaworski to Carmichael, 48 yards and a touchdown. And now that's picked up the Eagle defenses. They're out there popping again.
But that's the thing now. Watch Bill Berge.
Grizzly Bear in a football suit.
Yes, it's the way to play linebacker, isn't it? He got the cutback by Harmon. Almost, he's to see him try to keep him. There's Lemaster on him also. Good linebacker flow that time by the Eagles. The momentum has changed a little bit now. They saw a chance to get back into this thing.
Very short gain in the last one, only a yard. That's the those Eagle linebackers. They might be blitzing. Here comes Logan, the strong safety. Theismann eludes him. Theismann takes a hard hit. He's short of the first down, got out to the 37.
Watch this right now. Number 65, Charlie Johnson, going in, reversing his field, coming back out of there. Bohe and Harrison chasing Theismann, and oops, Berge around him. A lot of people around that football end.
Theismann weighs about 188. Johnson comes in at 265. And all of that was right on Joe Theismann.
Yeah, but he saved a loss again. No one to throw to,
did.
and he made it up with his scrambling. And he wants a timeout here. Too much time going by. He wants to keep that short yardage situation. He's got a situation, Don, where he's third and short. You may want to ask him, you know, look, we're backed up here. We're on our 36, 37 yard line. You want to go for a home run? He goes, we might let me see what see if we can you lip read?
No. Lots of NFL action coming up next Sunday here on CBS. The Cowboys and the Giants meet in the Jersey Meadowlands. New Orleans plays the Eagles at Philadelphia. The 49ers and the Falcons hook up at Atlanta. Chicago plays at Houston, Green Bay at Kansas City. Then the doubleheader games. You'll see one in your area. The Cardinals and the Vikings at Bloomington, Minnesota. And Tampa Bay still looking for its first win through a season and a half in the NFL. Out in Los Angeles, where George Allen used to be.
Yes, I'm sure they just talked about on the sidelines. I was watching that as you were reminding everyone about the games next weekend, but watching George and their discussion, and this could be that type of situation. Of course, he wants to call the right play here because of the importance of this drive, but also it might be the place to gamble a little bit.
Mahalik, Lemaster, Berge, and Bunning back the line on a third and short yardage, third and just about 2. Handoff goes to Clarence Harmon, and the Eagles stop him. They got him for a loss.
Yeah, they elected not to go for it. Boy, they were in the formation.
Mr. Sistrunk was in there, Manny Sistrunk.
They're putting a little pressure on their defense now, but they were in the formation right then. That I kind of figured they were going to go to Mr. Fugit here on a little corner pattern, and they had him set up where he could have gotten open.
So now Mike Bragg, who hasn't been out there often, is in to punt for the Redskins. This is his third punt of the game. He has 17 kicks this season inside the 20 to lead the NFL, and has the best net punt yardage when they subtract return yardage or 20 yards if it goes into the end zone. He comes out with 36.1 on his punt attempt, which is remarkable. Here is a good punt by Bragg. It's deep. Marshall goes across the field. It takes a Redskin roll, and Marshall has to let it roll, and it goes all the way down to the 11.
Just a smart kick by Mike Bragg. He may not kick it as far as some of the people in the league, but boy, what a great kick it was. He kicked it away from Marshall, avoiding the run back.
51 yards, he got that one.
But he got some of it. The thing is, he kicked it right to the depth of the receiver, but by kicking it away from him shows his intelligence and avoids that run back then.
These Redskins are together and very ready for this game, but right now they have a fight on their hands with 9:38 left to play. The Eagles have rallied back to trail by 6, and they have the ball first and 10 at their 11-yard line. Jaworski has sold out RFK Stadium, cheers the Redskins, can't call signals.
Ron must know that he's not playing in Philadelphia at Veterans Stadium. You can't put your hands up and try to get quiet here.
Spurs them on.
That's right. He's just going to make them louder.
This was about the worst football field. We're talking to Edward Bennett Williams, the president of the Redskins, before the game. He said, we've gone from first to last in fields. Or from last to first. Now they got about the best field.
Excellent football field.
Herb Lusk runs and runs hard. Those Redskins are looking for the football. They're swinging at that ball.
Houston 10, Cincinnati 10. Dan Pastorini on a 3-yard pass to Ron Coleman. 27 seconds left in the game.
Could be an OT at Cincinnati. Miami came back to take the lead of San Diego. They're in the fourth quarter. Jaworski, 9:06 left to play in the game. The clock is running. It is second down and 6 coming up. Oh, big play by the Redskins. Bill Brundage, number 77, came right over the top. Hammer hit.
Big possession by the Eagles. You see them playing the thing. Brundage beat the trap block, came in and make the play. It's kind of a little quick draw play. This is a big possession by both teams because the Redskins would like to stop the Eagles here. And of course, time is running against the Eagles now. They want to move the football. And if they have to punt it away from here, it's going to be a little difficult because the Redskins again will have good field position.
Redskins got some big people up front. Some of those guys are big enough to have license plates on them. Trucks. Brundage is 270, and he made the big play. Here's a third down coming up now from the 15-yard line of Philadelphia. They go to the run. Lusk runs with the ball, and he's not going to get there. And Philadelphia will have to punt it back to the Redskins. Jaworski trying to catch the Redskin defense, and a pass prevent defense goes to the run, but the Redskins are ready, and Mike Curtis came across to make the tackle.
Well, a strange call then. They ran back to just to be content to give up the ball because the Redskins are going to come away from this thing with good field position. You saw the overtime between Houston and Cincinnati.
Spike Jones standing back inside his 5-yard line. Eddie Brown drops back deep. Mark Murphy comes in front of him. The Redskins set up a return. A well-hit ball by Spike Jones, but Eddie Brown will bring it back. 45, 50. And out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles with 7:19 left to play in the game. Drew Mahalik came up to make the tackle. So we'll have a pause in the action with that much time remaining, 7:19, as you watch Eddie Brown bring it back in good field position for the Redskins.
Stuntman. You get the bruises instead of the glory. You hit the deck and bite the dust till your bones ache. Then you pick yourself up and do it again.
Okay, cut! That's a wrap, everybody.
Let's go, buddy.
Boy, am I dry.
But now comes Miller time. Time to wrap it up and reach for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller tastes too good to hurry through. When it's time to relax, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
Looks like the Minnesota Vikings will have a 3-game lead over their closest competition in the NFC Central Division as they go on to beat the Atlanta Falcons today in Atlanta 14-7. Here at Washington, George Allen looks on. His Redskins have the football and a 6-point lead with 7:19 to go. It's 23-17. The Eagle defense has gotten tough now after they got the 48-yard touchdown pass play to bring them back into the game. Here's a long one to Buggs. He loses the ball, but there is a penalty marker down.
Again, the little pass, the same pass they scored on him was called back earlier. And it's going to be against Philadelphia. Joe Pump, good pass protection again. Buggs avoids Herman Edwards, can't hold on to it, but Edwards was called for the penalty.
Buggs has been a factor in this game. He's caught 4 for 50 yards, and of course that one draws a penalty.
46 defense.
And two called back for touchdowns.
That's right. So Joe Theismann now brings the Redskins out. He's thrown the ball 31 times, has completed 15 for 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mosley has 3 field goals. Thomas tries it right up the middle. Coming up was Carl Hairston, number 78, to hit him head on a first down carry. He got but a yard, advanced the ball down to the 40-yard line, down to the 41.
Redskins just want at least a first down here because they're almost in field goal range for Mark Mosley. He's hit the goalpost here once today. once already, and if they can one first down, will put him in range.
Time becoming very much a factor now. Clock winding down to 6:40. Redskins with a 2nd and 9, and here is Theismann timing pattern. He drills it out. The ball is caught by Buggs.
He lost a little yards trying to break free to make a big play out of it.
He did. He was down to the 35 and come back.
Here's from a ground level camera. Joe throws the ball very accurately again. A little short out pattern. Sometimes these things can turn into big plays, but this time Outlaw has him, and John Bunning's there also to make the stop.
Buggs with 5 catches now for 53 yards. It brings up a 3rd down and 5. Redskins lead 23-17. We're in the 4th quarter. Theismann takes a look. He's going deep. Down the field is Buggs, and it's almost picked off.
Oh, is that
Johnny
close?
Sanders, number 26, had his hands on it.
Was that ever close? I'm telling you, this is so close to being a touchdown and also so close to being an interception. Joe makes a good throw, splitting the zone, and you see Sanders come out of nowhere.
He was open. Buggs was open.
He came, they split the zone there, and they're either going for a long field goal or they're going to fake it. They're going for a long one.
This is a long, actually, you know, the way he hit the ball the last time, Sonny, that would have been good from this far out.
And this will be a Washington record if he makes it. 54 yards.
He's hit from 53 this season.
A lot of talking. They have the capability of faking a thing. They didn't. Oh.
Nope. That gives the Eagles pretty good field position because it's outside the 20, and as you know, the line of scrimmage on a missed field goal from out there will go to what the line of scrimmage was in the field goal attempt. In this case, it's the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Eagles. They have a lot of time left, 5:46.
San Diego beat Miami 14-13. That's the final. How about that?
And that was at Miami. So the Dolphins make the turn at 5 and 2.
Pretty good field position here for Ron Jaworski.
They're going to go back to Carmichael on that long post.
Well, he's got to be thinking about him.
So is Jake Scott. Now Eddie Brown is in for Jake Scott now as a free safety. Right to the run. And the Redskins shut that down nicely as Harold McClinton, who had to leave the game temporarily in the 3rd quarter with a pinched nerve in his neck. Here's a final in from Foxborough. Patriots beat the Jets 24-13.
They look like they're coming back now that they got Gray and Hannah back.
Boy, that's an entry. 2 horses on.
Very few of their people aren't horses.
Yeah, what team speed they have. They got the Burners. 2nd and 8. Eagles. They trail 23-17. Jaworski did well to release the ball because the Dancing Bear was ready to eat him up. McDowell was on him.
Yes, McDowell's coming. What is he? After 17 years, he looks like he's going to become a pass rusher. He kids about getting interceptions and things. He said, boy, if you hang around that line of scrimmage long enough, a lot can happen to you.
Find something, huh?
And I say here, he just rushes a pass, and they're taking him out as he comes off. Put Carl Lorch in, freshman, and they've gone to the nickel defense.
Here's the Eagles with only 1 of 9 on 3rd down conversions, coming up with a 3rd and 8 from their 39-yard line. A big play with 5:03 left. Redskins lead 23-17. Jaworski's got to run for his life. Puts it up. It's caught by Crowley. And he got the 1st down where they're marking the ball. They're marking it out to the 47.5-yard line. He had to get across the 47.
Well, what a job Ron Jaworski does here under the rush. You see Lorch coming in, number 71, and he runs right past the rush. And you see the hustle of Dennis Johnson, and he finds Crefley coming back right there. And they give him the mark, and they're measuring for it. Looks like he might be close to the 1st down. Yep.
He got it. Heath Crefley. So it is now out to the 48-yard line of the Eagles, and the clock shows 4:38 and running. Philadelphia's turned the ball over 3 times in the game. The Redskins but once. See, the Eagles Fazio call, turned the ball over on their first play from scrimmage, and shortly thereafter, Theismann had it in Fugit's hands in the end zone. The Eagles now go ahead if they can take it in. They're a long way off. Good play fake by Jaworski.
He's got a man open.
Yes, he does. Sullivan all the way down to the 21-yard line, and he's not out of bounds. The clock continues to run. A big play, a 31-yarder.
You see Sullivan coming out at the top of your screen. Jaworski holds the ball, hides the ball real well, and they just lost Sullivan. He's wide open. Eddie Brown has to come back over and make a play. Big play for the Eagles.
All those big Redskin linemen were fighting, so they thought the ball was run right at him.
Yeah, that's the thing. He really hid the ball well. They put it behind him on his hip. And the Eagles are in scoring distance now.
So the Eagles are challenging. Sold out RFK Stadium. All 55,000 rise up in their seats now. Eagles challenging, trailing by 6. Pedersen goes to the run, trying to turn the corner. The Redskins cut it down. 32, Mike Curtis was on the play along with 20, Joe Lavender. Down to the 20, and the clock is stopped with 3:34 left to play.
This is probably the biggest possession right here. This first down at the 22-yard line. They're at second down on the 20-yard line now. But this series of downs has to be the biggest of the ball game so far.
Redskins jumped out in front, 14-0 in the first quarter. Eagles came back to make it 14-10. Redskins got a couple of field goals, led 20-10 at the half. Then opened up a 23-10 lead in the third quarter. Now it's 23-17, and the Eagles are driving. Second and 8, 20-yard line of Washington. 3.5 minutes to go. Jaworski fires. It's intercepted by... Did he get it? Looked like Gerard Williams got a second interception. He did.
On a badly thrown ball. Ron Jaworski. And what an interception here. Watch this.
Remarkable interception.
He has him open, and just that, you see the ball going down. Look at this catch.
He got it with one hand.
What a catch. Great interception by Gerard Williams, and you see the man touching him down then. Number 85, Charlie Smith. You see it right here. Boy, he made a great catch.
Now all those big Eagle defenders come back out. They've got the Redskins in a hole with 3:27 left to play. The ball's at the 2-yard line, but importantly for Washington, they have possession. But the Skins could still, if they don't convert the first down, have to give it back to Philadelphia.
Boy, the poise of this Philadelphia team.
Dang. A full collision right at the 2.
They demonstrated in that last drive only to have that ball picked off there, but he had Charlie Smith open, and I'll tell you, that hand had to bother him something.
There it is, 4 turnovers by Philadelphia, and 2 of them picked off by Gerard Williams, the young man who's been victimized, as they say, earlier in the season.
He's played well today.
He has. Only a gain of a yard. Hairston was the man who met that run head on for Philadelphia. Second and 9 from the 3. Heisman gives it off. And Clarence Harmon is wrapped down at the 6-yard line. And third down comes up for the Washington Redskins. Third and about 5. John Bunning made that tackle for Philadelphia. Clock shows 2.5 to go. It is running in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia trailing Washington 23-17.
I think Washington could stay in the huddle here if they're smart. Stay in the huddle and let the clock run off.
Must punt the ball back to Philadelphia from the Redskin end zone.
That play right there could have cost you the ball game. That was a dangerous play. Very dangerous play.
Here it is. Look here.
You look at this.
See here, Sonny.
That ball knocked up in the air, and how close did they come from intercepting that thing?
Very close. Lots of great big Eagles diving at that one. Bragg is backed up into his end zone. Larry Marshall is back. Bragg gets time, hits it downfield. The channel of blockers forms, and here comes Larry Marshall cutting inside. Redskins hem him in, and Marshall goes down at the 33-yard line. 34-yard punt, and now the clock is stopped with 1:50 left to play in the game. And the Philadelphia Eagle offense comes back out, and that's how it stands. The Redskins holding to a 6-point lead, but Philadelphia again positioned to mount the challenge to go ahead.
Five on the 50-yard line!
Hey, Charlie, it was cold last night. You put in the Prestone antifreeze?
Prestone. Who needs Prestone?
Prestone? You need Prestone.
If your antifreeze is worn out or you don't have enough, you could be in trouble. So put in a fresh fill of Prestone, too, to prevent erosion and freeze-ups.
Prestone. We need Prestone.
Prestone. You need Prestone.
Come on, old trademark. Time for your walk. What's the hurry? I know where we're going. To where your family began. With the same Levi's blue jeans worn by this man. Hey, you've come quite a ways, little registered mark. Now that I see these guys by the park dressed in your newest edition, sums it up right there. Levi's sportswear. Trademark, I know what you'd say if you could. Levi's don't have to be blue, just have to be good.
Next Saturday, November 5th, is Championship Saturday here on CBS. Competitors for this women's tennis event were chosen based on points accumulated in major tournaments throughout the world. People like Martina Navratilova and the two great players this season, Chris Evert and Virginia Wade, competing. Then the World Middleweight Boxing Championship, Rodrigo Valdez and Benny Briscoe from Campione, Italy. You'll also see the Washington, D.C. International Horse Race live from Laurel, Maryland. And the world's strongest men competition. And now, what does Ron Jaworski watch?
He's got too much time. They're doing a lot of maneuvering back there. Another score. New Orleans 24, LA 20 in the third quarter. 4:44 left in the third.
Valdez is ranked first and Briscoe second by the WBA and the WBC. You'll see this fight live from Italy. And then that great thoroughbred event, the Washington, D.C. International, a grass race over 1.5 miles, the classic Derby distance, major turf race in the U.S. with horses from around the world competing. And in the world's strongest men competition, the big fellas have a tire throw, 28-pound automobile tires they'll be throwing.
Is there any chance of getting in that? Is it too late to enter?
You can look into it. I'll pass. The ball is down to the 32-yard line right now. It's going to be first down and 10 for Philadelphia. The Eagles, you'll remember, were knocking not that long ago. But the interception by Gerard Williams gave Washington back the ball. Then they couldn't move it out, had a punt from their end zone. Now the Eagles like to thank these people. Tom O'Neill, our very fine producer, our director, Bob Daly, associate producer, Rick Sharp, Mac McCoy, and Clay Cummins. We thank all of them and our entire CBS crew as we are down now to 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go in the game. And the Eagles are still challenging.
Have a final here in overtime. Cincinnati beats Houston 13-10. Well, they have one more opportunity.
First and 10. Jaworski takes a look. Iron Talbot's coming at him. Jaworski's going to go down. Mike Curtis coming on the blitz. The 5th sack for the Redskin defense.
They realize he's got to put it up, and they're just coming. Everybody teeing off and coming. Talbot deep. He couldn't find anybody to throw to. Pretty good protection, except for the linebacker, Mike Curtis. You see, Jaworski almost put the ball out there and tried to throw it someplace. Wisely took it down. He doesn't want to lose the ball right now. Back on his own 41. He's trying to get some help right here from Dick Vermeil and the offensive coordinator upstairs.
Dick Vermeil, of course, was an assistant under George Allen briefly when Allen was with the Redskins with the Los Angeles Rams. We'd also like to thank, while we have the opportunity, our spotter, Jeff Norman, and our statistician, Jim Krauser. We have 1:45 left to go, but the ball is set back now to the Redskin 41-yard line. Mind you again, on Championship Saturday, you'll see championship boxing. The world middleweight title is on the line. From Italy, Rodrigo Valdez, who can hit, against Benny Briscoe, who is the number 2 challenger. Scheduled for 15 rounds. The Redskins are marching along the sidelines. They haven't got it won yet, though.
You know, you saw Ron Jaworski. He's walking back out to the huddle now, but Saw Dick Vermeil looking down at a game plan of all the plays they'd planned to play and using the situations like this. And it's so tough to come up with one when you got 1:45 in your last possession of the football game.
Prefley, the tight end, goes wide right. 2 wide receivers set to the left. Smith and Carmichael. 2nd and 20. Jaworski looks, puts it up. Great catch by Charlie Smith at the 20 for a first down. What a catch by Charlie Smith from Grambling, coming back at the ball. He got it inches off the ground.
Did he ever make a great catch coming underneath?
So 1:25 shows as the officials stop the clock while the Redskins at their leisure align on defense. They're in no hurry.
And we're going down to the wire. 1:24, and that thing is running.
There's been some football game, and it's not over yet. 1:15 to go, 1st and 10. Here is Jaworski. He has time. He looks into the end zone, a knuckleball, and it's overthrown.
He's just having trouble gripping that thing, isn't he?
About every other pass, he seems to drill it, and then the next one with his bad thumb, a fractured thumb, he can't get the right grip. He looks over now to his sideline. Here's final. Cincinnati won in overtime on a field goal, 13-10.
Yeah, it really has to be bothering him. Lorch is coming in again for Ron McDowell, hoping to get a fresh man in there for pass rush. You would think with 1:09, he went to the end zone then that they might try to throw underneath a little bit. Throw a little short, you got plenty of time.
Heat is really on here at RFK Stadium in Washington as Jaworski drops to throw on 2nd and 10, and all out, and they get him back at the 30. Bill Brundage, number 77, coming like a freight train.
Just good coverage here in the secondary, nobody to throw to, and Bill Brundage breaks through to make the biggest sack of the afternoon.
1:05 left to go in the game. That takes the Eagles back to the 30, and the clock has started up again. Jaworski looks at his set. They're doubling up on both wide receivers. The Redskins are so tough, and they go to that prevent pass defense, so schooled in what to look for. Jaworski puts it up. Prefley is out there, and there's a fight for the ball between Brig Owens, the longtime Redskin, and Prefley, and it falls incomplete.
Oh, and Prefley almost came away with that thing out of Brig Owens' hands. He almost made a spectacular play. Let's take a look at it, and you'll see how close he comes to catching this thing. He has him covered. A good throw this time. And you see Owens going up with one hand, and Prefley almost, Keith could have pulled that thing in there.
Nobody's leaving.
And it's gone down to 4th down. This is the last play.
Ron Jaworski goes over to talk to Dick Vermeil. 4th down coming up, 4th and 20, 46 seconds to go. The Philadelphia Eagles have the ball. The Redskins the lead.
Down the Columbia, the Willamette, the Siuslaw, from the great renewable forests, they come. Logs. Logs to build a better America. And Homelight is there. Homelight, the king. Rugged as the men who run it. Men who fell the mighty fir and see it rise again. When the time in your life comes to get a chainsaw, get the king. Homelight, the chainsaw king.
With Sonny Jurgensen, this is Don Criqui back at RFK Stadium in Washington. 46 seconds left to play in the game. The Eagles in white with a football at the 30-yard line of the Redskins. It is 4th down and 20 coming up, with Washington holding to a 6-point lead, 23-17. Football game for the Eagles could be on the line with this one play. Here come the Redskins. Jaworski eludes the rush. Now throws. The ball is slapped down, and the Redskins take it over. Brad Dusick is congratulated as the man who got the ball.
Yes, they stopped him. Big defensive play then. And the Redskin defense was definitely up to the challenge here, because the Eagles had every opportunity deep in their territory to score here, and all the pressure rested on the defense's shoulders. And look at Brundage coming up, and Brad Dusick really gets up in the air to knock the ball down.
He got all of it, and so the Redskins get the ball at their 30-yard line with just 41 seconds left, and the Eagles are out of timeouts.
Yes, all they have to do is run a couple of plays now. He could fall on it one play, and they may have to run 2 plays. Gordon has quickly the referee marks the ball and gets it back into play.
Free football. Theismann almost lost it, then fell on it. And now the countdown begins. 33 seconds left to go, as you see, down to 30, and the Eagles helpless to stop the clock.
Now they don't have to run a play. They can stay in the huddle. And this is what they could have done at the 2-minute drill, the 2-minute warning earlier, and they ran one and almost had it picked off.
So the Redskins, with a win here today, will stay in the running for the wild card spot. As they go after the first 7 games with a 4-3 record, 3 full games behind the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are routing Detroit 30-0. And there it is. We're coming right down to the final pop of the gun. The gun sounds. The field fills with jubilant Redskin fans. And the Washington Redskins get the victory, and it didn't come easy after they had the big lead. The Eagles fought back, and Washington holds on to win at 23-17.
Whose reputation for quality parts is over half a century old? Where can you find over 100,000 parts, many of them better than your car's original parts? And who also supplies those parts to over 50,000 professional mechanics? Now, who should you see for quality parts? NAPA, that's N-A-P-A. We help keep America moving.
Fred, you're getting married. You gotta look great, so stop shaving. It's better to get stroked in the morning.
The Bic shaver?
The Bic shaver is so responsive it doesn't shave you, it strokes you.
I'm gonna get stroked like this every morning.
And the Bic shaver is cheaper than blades, yet it's a blade and handle in one.
Fred, marriage agrees with you.
Well, he really got stroked this morning.
The Bic shaver, lots of great shaves from just one Bic shaver. Then it's time for the next. So don't shave, get stroked in the morning.
I got enough to worry about. My hairline, my waistline. When it comes to my money, our money.
We let someone else help us do the worrying.
Our IDS representative. He worries about planning for our future. And that means not just life insurance, but investments and savings, too.
IDS, not just insurance, not just investments, but a financial plan designed especially for you. When it comes to your money, let us help you do the worrying. IDS, we help people manage money.
Now this is Don Criqui for Sonny Jurgensen saying goodbye from RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, it's Championship Saturday, starting with the Series Championship of Women's Tennis with Chris Evert and Virginia Wade heading the field. Followed by 3 special events. First, it's Rodrigo Valdez and Benny Briscoe meeting up for the World Middleweight Boxing title. Then it's the Washington, D.C. International from Laurel Racecourse. And finally, it's more action in the World's Strongest Men competition. That's next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular. The NFL Today is a presentation of CBS Sports.
This is CBS.